love the life I'm living. I thank my God for giving. The glitters can be deceiving. Some people don't pray for your healing. Brother, look sharp, stop slaving. I swear I know that feeling of everything breaking down. It's going wrong. I just bounce back and say, Mariba to say, Shebolu aloni, Maradu Maduke, Shebolu aloni, my fire, Shayo, that they got to know, Seven man got to know, say, my brother stop crying, just count your blessings and name them one by one. My sister stop wailing, say look your neighbor, you will not say God do one for you, for me. All I want to see, put your hands in the air and thank God for all He's done. I gotta stop crying, just count your blessings and name them one by one. My sister stop wailing, say look your neighbor, you will not say God do one for you, for me. All I want to see, put your hands in the air and thank God for what He's done for you. Shebolu aloni, my liberty share. Shebolu aloni, Maradu. Shebolu aloni, my fire shine. They got to know. Say what man got to know. What man got to know. Shebolu aloni, my liberty share. Shebolu aloni, Maradu. Shebolu aloni, my fire shine. They got to know. Say bad man got to know. Say, brother, say.
I sit down to the set camera till 11 p.m. Now for the man, sir, I don't act again. He said you don't act, you're a superstar. I said I'm not. I want to be a blonde star. I don't know why they still be like this. On nobody waiting, they still make mistake. If you watch Oyibo film, I'm not going to use that play. Give me Oyibo film mode. You will know say something is about to happen. But I won't still use this Oyibo film because Nigerian film not collect everything what they do. Put, but they see they did like themselves. One man, ghost, as the killer, he can't stand for a gate. They look in right in full of another man. Next to us, see, ghost they cry. I'm not saying okay, maybe the emotional ghost. Ghost they cry. Next thing, go to put out for pocket for one cigar. The same God, smoke finish. Carry phone, call a friend, body. My wife will cheat on me. You know as you make that part, it's a mistake. Another ghost, big call. For Nigeria, wait. And if you look at Alex, you know say that for this one home video. Now I know say everything where actors and actresses they say we are just acting. Now big lie. They are not just acting. Everything they do in that film, they be born to do. Don't beat your wife. See. 14 said one guy ate back. One guy they come in and for the back. From the back, they kiss. For real life, they kiss. They don't come. No, they don't kiss. They don't do anything, they don't come. Chris, they do right now, I don't be you there for 3 seconds. What do you do? They don't come. Not be only that boy. On all that boy, leave Ghana, come Lagos. Black! With many English. And Lagos guys don't use English, they play. As the boy comes to support Chris, what's up? He'll tell me, Lord, I'm real praying now. As two of them act, two scenes. That is not normal. When that is not considered. For the same thing. Chris, I don't know now. That is your girlfriend, when you meet her. You friend and Colombia and you go friend, say, you go, are you okay? Colombia is not you go stop. Colombia is not you get your yellow. Alex, you know that today like this, you feel claim say you be Puerto Rico. Things that they don't do their own finish, they don't come up. But the next people, musicians, I don't even talk about their own man talk about musicians. You know, the artists they can fool us. You see the one that say come out. You get me come out. Some foolish guy will say, it's 20. One you jump on the gun shot. What do you have? And next thing they will talk, I'm a rock, I'm a gangster. God forbid. Then you get the next line. I'm a gorilla gangster. Gorilla gangster. I'm gonna fix you up. Then, after they don't do this, they finish. Put snake for their body. Now who be that? Idiots. You better give up. Oh my God, no. Look, my wrist was 60 correct. Fight snake, man. You know that snake when they sleep, boy. If they smile, give snake. And they look at girlfriend. I'm a gangster, gorilla.
All right, beautiful people, that's Uch Baby for you. Now, Uch Baby, now there's something about comedians. Don't take them too that serious, okay? Don't take them too serious because you might get really provoked and all that, you know. They have a way of putting a smile on your faces, even if you're angry, okay? And moreover, it's a good thing to laugh. So you don't have to squeeze too much. Now, trust me, we're going to be having a lot of comedians come. The ITV Couples Classic is a big one, like I said. So a lot of good comedians are going to be there. Musical artists as well. So fantastic games and all that, okay? And of course, your favorite radio and television stars, celebrities are just going to be there just for you, okay? So don't miss out. All right, I want to believe you had a wonderful time on the show. Lunchtime has come to stay from Monday to Friday, variety of good songs, all right? So if you love reggae, stick around because Don General will definitely be here on Friday, on Wednesday, okay? And for songs that are trading, then you're talking about Sydney Shocker. If you want juju music, then call out. We'll be right there to do justice to that. Then for the old school lovers, iLife, Hilary Odia will take care of that. All right. Thank you for staying with me on the program. This is the Ever Blazing, the guy that goes by the name FA to the SO. Do saying do have a lovely, lovely afternoon. I'm out. All right. Okay. Now there's something. I just remember there's something I was supposed to talk about and regarding love. Okay. Now so a lot of things are going out. Guys are buying so a lot of gifts just to impress their lady. Now, what about the ladies? What are you planning to get for that special person? Okay, what is your plan? Now, guys can go the extra mile to get you iPad, get you good phones, some say jewelries. I've asked the lady and she's like, okay, what I want for Valentine, I want my guy to buy me gold jewelries, I want diamond and all that. And what she's talking about something that has to do with like say 50,000 and above. And what do you want to give to this guy in return? Okay, there was a radio program last Friday, And a lady called and said, I want Ferrari for my Valentine's gift. What are you going to give to your brother in return? She says, peck. I'll just give him a peck. Now think about it. A Ferrari to a peck. Is that fair? All right, let me leave it in the hands of P Square. Enjoy this one. Chop my money. That's what's up. She must say, chop my money. Chop my money. Have a lovely day.
Sexual corruption, cause I'll kill anyone for your time. Yeah. Even though I make real dough, you're the reason there'll be more, yeah. Yeah. Even though I got much more, I don't mind if you chuck my money. Chuck my money. Chuck my money. Cause I don't care. Chuck my money. Chuck my money. Chuck my money. Cause I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Cause I get a plenty. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Girls, they love me.
He get this fine lady, her body not die him one baby, who's supposed to live like family. Hey, I know the lie, There's nothing stopping me. She dey feel my swag and I get money. I dey try my best to be somebody, cause I'm living life. This girl they make me higher. I dey feel this baby, you no go believe this girl not die. If you see this baby, then I'm saying she must chop my money, chop my money, chop my money, cause I don't care. Chop my money, chop my money, chop my money, cause I don't care. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, cause I get them plenty. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I know fear, cause you know they empty. Hey, 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 hey,
It's Mr. Nadine. You're the love me get for you, not Jackie Chan. Somersault and stunt for you, you know I can. Farabale ko malole, omwele I get pepe. Tempa soro kilo shele.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
Make your building your dream home. Crest your building roof with GDT stone-coated roofing ties. Your roofs, doors, MDF and HDF box master. Visit GDT Unique Roofs and Doors for your quality stone-coated roofing ties and doors that do not fade or tear. They are fireproof and suitable for all climates. GDT Unique Roofs and Doors, an authorized distributor of Rosa-coated roofing ties, South Korea. Stocks different colors and design of Rosa Bond, Roman Classic, Clio, Spanish Stone, Piano, Rowood 035 and 016 to suit any design of your building at affordable prices. GDT Paris professional roofers. Our foreign wood and steel security doors are produced to the highest quality with exceptional durability and strength that brings excellence to your home. GDT Unique Roofs and Doors, a subsidiary of Gabriel's Defense Technology. Head office, number 5 and 7 Isekere Street and Kilometer 10 Sapla Road, Benin City. Number 13 Cadastral Zone, Day Market, Abuja. Call 0809-950-0136 or 0805-059-6823. GDT, never compromise.
Aluminium roofing brings out the complete beauty of your building. There are aluminium and steel products all over the place. There is something peculiar about our product and services. We manufacture high quality aluminium roofing sheets of all colors and gauges. Our oven baked color coated sheets are durable and resist weather hazard. At Benko Aluminium, we supply and install as requested by customers. We offer prompt supply services to our numerous customers anywhere. And we are also professionals in steel fabrications such as warehouse, churches, filling stations, canopies, etc. Benko Aluminium. Locate us at number 188 Saple Road beside PHCN Transmission Office. Telephone 0709-881-0816 or 08055627276. Benko Aluminium, the builder's choice always.
For Libya before I come become driver for you here. We sabi the road. Now so the road sabi us. Once we move, nothing they see our back. journey of 3 hours. Now 1 hour will take the runner. Oga come make with
You fail. Next. Father, you not see how this cut and this tie where Oga give us fine. If your family follow us travel, then go watch film and listen to music tire. As we did dance Azoto for television, that's how our boss they dance Azoto for road. Whether gallop or no gallop, oh yeah, make with the go Oga.
You fail.
Next.
For our meals and motors, now safety of all our passengers be number one. We dey make sure say we use new motor and driver we qualify carry our passengers reach where them they go. You sabi say many of our road no good. We dey take extra care drive for safety and comfort of our passengers.
Correct. Safety first. Safety first. Amelsa Motors. Now you Biko. Carry go.
Amelsa carry me go.
Amelsa Motors as lion be king of forest. Now so Amelsa Motors be king of the road. Bam.
Do you want to be a practicing journalist, a reporter, a presenter, or broadcaster? Then here is the golden opportunity you have been waiting for. Push Africa, in partnership with Job Aid, is offering graduates with flair for jobs in the media industry, practicing journalists, unemployed graduates, NYSC core members, and other professionals an 8 weeks media and journalism training in Abuja. Start date 29th February to 18th April 2016. Venue Push Africa, Center for Capacity Building, Apo, Abuja. Tuition, accommodation, and resource materials is 150,000 naira. Deadline for registration 20th February 2016. Application forms are currently on sale for 5,000 naira. Download application forms from our website and pay at EcoBank branches nationwide. For details, visit www.pushafrica.org or call 081-339-44345. This program is officially supported by the Nigerian Union of Journalists and the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC.
I don't know, I just see say my phone ring as I carry my phone. Now he don't carry my purse from my bag. And my bag is over there. Yes, I won't go with the Oluku moto.
Like carry your purse?
Yes.
What the purse? Well, now your purse be this?
Yes.
Let me carry her. Not me, no. Not me. Now you let the purse from me, I mean. Look at us. Wait. Okay. Wait. What happened? Now you, what happened? As a presso. So now the purse will take from you, this.
Yes.
You don't see your purse now.
Yes.
Sorry. Now for this ring road night will happen. But now that man where they beat us now, you now collect your purse from you. Okay. Thank you very much. Well, soon on top ITV, things they happen. As we down the street now, things they happen for the street. You see how the guy they tear.
Soon, waiting they happen. Every Friday, 2:30 p.m. on ITV with Don General. Soon, waiting they happen.
My fellow Edulites, easy girl. Look at watch this program. It's very enlightening and educative.
Those what they do, but when I remove hand for batting.
Easy girl for ITV
every Friday by 10:30 p.m. My people, wanna they watch Easy Girl.
Watch Easy Girl for this station every Friday by 10:30 p.m.
Welcome to ITV Entertainment Info. Trending right about now, Mick Mills, Grounded. I go die to embark on a worldwide comedy tour. Update on Davido's 2 million naira giveaway. And ITV Couples Classic hits Benin big time on Valentine's Day. International rapper Mick Mills has been sentenced to a 90 days house arrest by a California judge for violating his 2009 drug and gun parole. Within these 90 days, Mick Mills won't be allowed to rap, perform, make new songs, or release any new song whatsoever, which means no more Drake diss tracks for a while. In addition, Mick Mills will be observing a 6 years probation after completing the 90-day sentence house arrest. Nigerian stand-up comedian Agodai is to embark on a worldwide tour next month, March 2016. The tour, designed to kickstart in the UK, will see the prolific comedian touring 15 cities around Europe and America, doing nothing else but making people laugh. This will be Agodai's third world comedy tour, tagged The Last Man Standing. Obio Krona, Davido, who is expected back in the country soonest, has promised to give out 2 million naira to his most loyal fans. This is to celebrate the mouth-watering deal he recently signed with Sony Music International. Davido promises to throw 2 parties to mark the deal when he comes back and make a loyal fan of his a millionaire. And finally, the much-awaited ITV Radio Couples Classic will hit Benin City big time on Sunday, the 14th of February 2016, Valentine's Day, with lots of love and giveaways. Couples are expected to sit down at 6 p.m. at the red carpet kickstart at 5 p.m. while the main events will rock from 6 o'clock all the way to Mama Call. And get fees 5,000 naira. ITV Radio Couples Classic is a yearly event put together by ITV Radio to mark Valentine's Day and share love around the country. That's been entertainment info on ITV.
As the world becomes more complex and intensely competitive, we give you a handle on the big stories that often don't make it through the regular news. We push you all of the internet-powered tools to make your voice heard. So follow the stories and follow the show right here on Independent Television every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eyewitness on Independent Television. The stories as they happen.
It's the fresh episodes of Papa Jasco on Africa's #1 comedy series, Papa Jasco and Company. Bigger and better, and no doubt one of Nigeria's funniest comedians. From Nigeria's biggest house of humor, Wale Adenuga Productions, come fresh episodes of Papa Jasco and Company. You can't afford to miss this sizzling opportunity to laugh and laugh and laugh until you forget your name. Papa Jasco.
Perfect environment to express or rekindle your love. A cozy environment, good music, comedy, choice classic wines, a buffet, and much more. February 14th, 2016, Valentine's Day. Your dreams will come through as Independent Television and Radio brings you Couples Classic 2016, an event for lovers to unwind and express love to the full.
This event is proudly supported by Lenovo. Therefore, get 20% discount on tickets for 2016 ITV Radio Couples Classic by showing a receipt of the purchase of any Lenovo product. This offer is for the first 50 people to get any Lenovo product and show the receipt.
Special guest of honor, Right Honorable Victor Edoro, Speaker at Edo State House of Assembly, Barrister Castley Omoirabo, President, Human Rights Defenders Association, and APC Chieftain, Dr. Justin Okonobo, Member representing Igweben Constituency, Edo State House of Assembly, Pastor Osage Izeyamu, Former Secretary, Edo State Government and PDP Chieftain, Edo South, Honorable Matthew Dorikewe, Former Majority Leader, Edo State House of Assembly and PDP Chieftain, Edo South, Honorable Ezehi MD Igbas, Member representing Essen North East Constituency 2, Edo State House of Assembly, Princess Philomena Iheye, PDP South Zonal Secretary, Honorable EJ Agbonaima, Member representing Igor Ikboboka Federal Constituency, Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Monday Ehialua, Minority Leader, Edo State House of Assembly, and Member representing Essen West.
Comrade Osase Osayoki, President, Association of Community Development Chairman of Yan North East.
Guest Minister, Evangelist Mrs. Naomi Ehigie, Initiator, How to Make Your Marriage Work. Tickets are now available for just 5,000 naira at Independent Television and Radio Corporate Head Office, Glass House, Airport Road, Benin City, or at Wesley Hotel, 15 Akiobari Street, GRA, Benin City.
Omegatron, Mall of America, Airport Road, Benin City.
ITV Radio Couples Classic 2016. Treat that special someone to a romantic night as the world would stand still in an evening of love, fun, excitement, games, and lots of wonderful prizes to take home. ITV Radio Couples Classic 2016. Date February 14th, 2016. Valentine's Day. Venues Wesley Hotels, 15 Akiobari Street, GRA, Benin City. Red carpet opens 5 p.m. Main event begins at 6 p.m. Gate fee 5,000 naira. ITV Radio Couples Classic 2016. Powered by
Lenovo.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
It's a wonderful Monday afternoon. It's time for us to sit back once more, relax, and take a look at what is going on in the continent on the program Africa Discuss. Believe you me, Africa is at the center of everything in the world. You talk about politics, you talk about economy, you talk about religion, you talk about the society in general. You just can't talk about them without taking a look at our own continent, Africa. Because Africa, not only being the continent that is just so endowed with human resources, we have natural resources, we have what it takes to be number one in the world. But somewhere along the line, we just keep on missing it. We see leaders trying to hold on to power for eternity. We get to hear the case of corruption ravaging the fabric of the society in African states. We get to hear about religious intolerance. We get to hear about militancy. We get to hear about terrorism. We get to hear about coup d'etat. We get to hear about so many negativities that seems to overshadow the continent of Africa. And hence, the world just keep talking about it. That if Africa can get it right, the world will be a better place. Well, today on Africa Discourse, we want to take a look at the fight against corruption in Africa using the Nigerian approach. Many great countries in the world, they'll be clapping for Nigeria, especially this administration, saying that the way Nigeria is like going about the fight against corruption, something positive may come out of it. And they're encouraging other African countries to please do likewise, emulate Nigeria. The big question now is, will the Nigerian approach work in every other part of this great continent of Africa? What are the factors that will negate for against the fight against corruption in the African continent? Is it going to work? Is it being selective? Whether it's being selective or not, is it having impact or results? Remember the case of Ghana. It was take out almost a whole generation found culpable of corrupt practices. But like saying that Ghana is better off. Go to China, death penalty for every corrupt offenses. And the list just goes on and on. In Japan, if it's like, so much, in order not to bring shame to the family, you see them taking their lives or resigning. They have various methods. But in Nigeria, we have the anti-graft agencies. What are other African countries putting in place to make their home a better place? Don't forget to mention, I am your host, Wilson Marshall. And of course, I have Barrister Chima Williams with me in the studio. Barrister, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Wilson.
I will appreciate your coming.
Thank you.
And we are still expecting another guest, Barrister Douglas Ogbankwa. He will come and join us shortly. The fight against corruption in Africa using the Nigerian approach, because Nigeria has been given so much kudos in the way the administration is doing its best possible to fight against corruption, and they are telling all other African countries to please follow suit for the betterment of the continent. What's your take in general?
Well, Wilson, thank you very much. At least there is something positive that is coming out of Nigeria and coming very early in time. And the fight against corruption is one thing that Nigeria will export to the other parts of the world. It is a very positive one. Don't forget that, when we always talk about the negativities in Nigeria, we would not forget that, in fact, the issue of road safety, Nigeria had to train other African countries in that aspect. So Nigeria have always played the big brother in certain aspects where we get it right. Okay, and we must celebrate, our positives and let it shine to show that Nigeria is not only a land where you hear about militancy, Boko Haram, Niger Delta militants, Shiites, Biafra rebels, and the rest of them. No. There are quite a lot of positive things that are coming out from Nigeria. Of course, you will expect that a country with close to 200 million people, you will expect to see things, in different forms. And of course, if you put it together to understand that, one state in Nigeria is almost as large as a country in some, republics, then you will understand why, except we throw up and celebrate ourselves, nobody is going to celebrate us. Everybody will want to talk about our negativities to bring us down. Okay? Now, on the issue of corruption, yes, the strategy that has been adopted by the present administration, is a step in the right direction. I will tell you this. Immediately, Mr. President Buhari, was elected, I, for one, discussed with my friends to say, if I have the opportunity, I'll recommend to him that, look, it will not pay anybody for you to start pursuing everybody in Nigeria, to say that you are probing this administration, probing that administration. If we can do something like just give an opening, let everybody that knows that he or she had looted Nigerian resources make a return. After all, before now, Nigeria has been using plea bargaining, which is still, it costs us something, because the road to justice to recover loot, it's not easy. You must spend, to maintain the apparatus that will go out to, first identify the loot that, have been, the resources that have been looted, trace it to those that looted them, and then before you now start the process of getting them to be returned. So if you publish and ask people to return, one is that whoever returns, means that that person has a mind, at least for now, not to steal again. Because all eyes will be on that person, even if the whole Nigerian people do not know that person. But those that are supposed to know that he has returned, some of the loot. So if he has returned or she has returned, means that he or she had looted. Okay? And how does corruption thrive in secrecy? Okay? Because no corrupt person will come openly to steal if the person knows that everybody will see him or her and know that, he or she has taken. So that is why they try everything possible to cover their track. But of course, there is no perfect thief. Every thief will still, at the end of the day, leave a trace. And that is what is happening. It is the ability of the authorities to identify those traces that are left behind and then use it as a starting point to look inward and to trace. That is where the difference comes in the corruption fight. And if you look at it, the trend that is going on, it is not just like the military era where somebody is, accused of having looted and the person is bundled, thrown into jail. Nobody discusses it. Nothing happens. Today, people are given opportunity. If you say that, we've accused you, come out to prove yourself. And you know why the style that is on board now is working and receiving upload? Because at least 90% of those that have been accused of taking money have come out to say, yes, we took money, but perhaps we took it for this reason and not for the other reason. But nobody that has been, accused of taking money has come to say, look, go and check, present before me that I took anything. This is the getting it right paradigm where it starts from. So, what means all the agencies that are connected with anti-corruption in Nigeria, both the EFCC, the ICPC, the police, the intelligence, the DSS, and the rest of them, they have done their homework. And for this, they must be given kudos.
All right. Now, if you take a look at Africa as a continent, you get to see different countries operating within the ambient of different political parties. They are of the opinion that the reason why it's like working in Nigeria is because there's a change in government. There's a change in political party. Don't forget the case of the South African president that was indicted of having a kind of an estate worth close to 600 million, so to speak. And the case somehow is not seeing the light of the day. We heard about also Uhuru Kenyatta also, but still nothing because the government is the one in charge. What about Burundi? We've had so many cases of so many African countries covering corruption. Do you think that change a particular party or system will encourage African countries to fight corruption effectively as it has been done right here in Nigeria?
Okay, Wilson, thank you very much. You see, it does not necessarily follow that change of party. It is the change of character of persons. Okay, because every fight, every struggle that will lead to proactive emancipation of the people needs an arrowhead. Okay? And if you let's take our Nigerian situation, of course, if we talk about change of party, this is for this dispensation. The actors now are different from those that were there in the First Republic, in the Second Republic, and now. Okay? So it is not necessarily change of party, although that equally has its own role to play. But it is the change of the character of the person that is leading the exercise. Nigeria is receiving, global attention because the character of the president of Nigeria had been put at the global spotlight and said that this is a man of integrity. Of course, Mr. President is not a perfect human being. He has his infallibilities as a mortal. But in terms of certain qualities that stands him out of the other leaders that have led this country, at least in recent times, it is the integrity that people see in him, because he is not a neophyte to leadership. So people have traced his records from the age of less than 30 when he became a commissioner till all his public life till now. People can say that, yes, within the pack, his integrity stands him out. Okay? And at his age now, which is another factor, our president is a grandfather. And I don't think there is any Nigerian that he cannot look eyeball to eyeball, because those that he would have ordinarily been afraid of will be his contemporaries or a little bit older than him, but they have served in one way or the other together. Okay? So at his age, if he misfires, what will he tell his God when he goes to join the ancestors? Or what will he tell his grandchildren? So Mr. President has everything, in his kitty, and with his personal strength of character. Personal strength of character. Because, you see, you might be a good man. You might be a good person. But if you lack that personal strength of character to look at everybody eyeball to eyeball and say what you think is right and what you think is wrong, then there will be a problem somewhere. That your personal good qualities may at the end of the day be rubbished by others of less integrity than yourself that you have surrounded yourself with. Okay, so now looking at the cases that you cited, of course, the bane of underdevelopment in Africa is corruption. Okay? It's corruption. Now, how do we deny it? How do we begin to, ensure that these things begins to go off from us? Everything that comes to Africa, is so the negative that it is celebrated.
Before we get to that point of looking for solution, for what you just said, does it now mean that It is not about the change in governance. It's not about the change in party. It's about the person. But we have a situation whereby some persons have been there in power in African countries over the decades. And we've had so much allegations of corruptions proven and unproven. So tell me, how is it of any effect or of no effect? If there is no change in governance, how can we really tackle corruption in these countries? Because they are the ones in charge. If it's here in Nigeria, say you're the one holding the knife and the yam. Yeah. They are the decision makers. They call the shots. So tell me, how can you really deal with that in this continent?
Okay, you see, it is an all-round thing. And we are taught that every society deserves the type of leadership they get at each point in time. Okay? Society is dynamic. And there is no individual that has ever proven or proved to be stronger than the entire society put together. Because the sustenance of those leaders that stays long or longer than necessary in office is dependent on the docility of the people that they lead. So the day the people wake up and said enough is enough, that ends it. We have examples in recent time. Okay? Blaise Compaoré was thrown away by his people. Okay? And in Nigeria, what we are having today, you know, is it not the people that elected out, you know, the sitting government? That is how the opposition will come on board, is it not? So it is the people, the will of the people, that will determine if, you know, a leadership that is bad goes off or not. And secondly, it is not, you know, no matter how strong an individual is, granted that individual needs to be the arrowhead to lead the struggle, and that there's no contestation about it, all over from prehistoric historical society days till now. It takes one man standing and mobilizing others, having the willpower to say this must change for things to begin to change. But again, if you have that strong person backed up by a strong institution. Now, you talked about the South African experience. You know, recently, I think about 2 days or thereabout, I read that, you know, Jacob Zuma, you know, is to return to the States the money that he used from the state coffers to build his private estates. Okay? If that happens, now, as the president, he wouldn't have willingly on his own. In the first place that it even came up was because there's a watchdog. Somebody raised it. It wasn't Mr. President that said, look, I have used state resources to build this my estate. Somebody uprooted it. Okay, so it will take the mobilization of the African people, the building of the African people's consciousness to be averse to issue of corruption. You know, the trend had been, you know, people are celebrated because with the probe, you know, what is going on now, the revelations with the arms deal, you know, in Nigeria, people are beginning to see even those that would have been held in highest esteem as being infallible have fallen. Okay? So what means that it goes beyond what people say with their mouth. It is what people act.
So it goes beyond the mouth. It's the action.
It's the action. It's the action. Okay? And don't forget, you know, why some of us are not surprised at what is going on now is because even before, you know, President Buhari was elected, okay, people were already talking about, I don't want my husband to go to jail. Why would you not want your husband to go to jail? What did your husband do? Okay, people were already talking, I don't want to go to jail. Why were they talking about it? Because they knew already. So this is where the knowledge of the character of the person that you want to lead becomes a strong factor in how far you want to reach in whatever, change you want to create in your society, whether negative or positive. If it's a person of negative disposition that is known for that, of course you will expect retrogression. If it is a person of positive passion that is already known before the person takes up leadership, expectations will be that that passion will be put positively to the advantage of, the society. So, if you look at it, in Africa, things are changing. And if Nigeria, as the big brother, whom most African countries look up to, gets it right, chances are that other countries in Africa will begin to follow suit. Okay? And this is where the issue of even electing out a leadership that is not good.
We'll get to that. If you're just joining us, this is Africa Discourse that comes your way every Monday from 1:30 to 2:30. Today, on this forum, we're taking a look at the fight against corruption in Africa using the Nigerian approach because, believe you me, our country is doing us proud of that aspect for other world leaders to say yes, be like Nigeria in the fight against corruption. That means something good is eventually coming out from this country for the very first time in a long, long time. Well, you can join us on Twitter at ITV Radio NG. You better still follow me on Twitter account at Wilson Omasho. Throw us what you have for us about issues bordering Africa. Then for them can just discuss it as we throw more light on our continent, Africa. Now let's take a look at the case of Gbagbo. It took the intervention of African Union, of UN, of the people of that particular country to say enough is enough. Enough of corruption, enough of impunity, and blood was shed. Can the fight against corruption be done without bloodshed? Sometimes in some countries in this continent.
You see, there are factors. Each situation is looked at within its own framework. Those who make peaceful changes impossible makes violent changes inevitable. Okay? So, this is where it starts from. And this is where, the Nigerian case is different slightly. And this is where we as Nigerians must give kudos to the outgone president. Okay? President Goodluck Jonathan. Because if he did not willingly accept defeat, only God knows the type of bloodshed that Nigeria would have witnessed, towards getting to where we are. But because he caught the vision, and I give this to him, he said by himself that no blood of a Nigerian is worth
his ambition.
And that he demonstrated. This is where I say it is not what you say, it is what you demonstrate. Okay? He made that pronouncement and he demonstrated it. This is why, Nigeria, is peacefully doing their own, corruption war. Okay? Now, the Gbagbo's case, of course, you know him, he's reputed to be a very stubborn person, very recalcitrant. He never wanted to relinquish power. Even when the first round showed that his people had rejected him, he tried to manipulate the process, to still remain there. Okay? But you equally see that in Nigeria, while Nigeria will continue to stand out and show leadership to other African countries, is that even when President Obasanjo tried the third term, did it work?
It didn't work.
It didn't work. Okay? So, Nigeria are peculiar people. They only take it when, they feel it has not hurt them so much. When they want to take it. If Nigerians decide today enough is enough, that's the end of the story. Okay? So, and what motivates, makes the minds of Nigerians to stand together when they decide on a common issue that affects everybody. This is what other African countries, should be looking at. Now, we talk, corruption is not only in governance or in government. The instance of the recent Ghanaian, late last year, the
journalist Anans, we'll get to that. You just hold on. Viewers who want to take a short break to effect a change. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Won't you be my Valentine? Because I adore you, I'd give anything for
Ever dreamt of the perfect environment to express or rekindle your love? A cozy environment, good music, comedy, choice classic wines, a buffet, and much more. February 14th, 2016, Valentine's Day. Your dreams will come through as Independent Television and Radio brings you Couples Classic 2016, an event for lovers to unwind and express love to the full.
This event is proudly supported by Lenovo. Therefore, get 20% discount on tickets for 2016 ITV Radio Couples Classic by showing a receipt of the purchase of any Lenovo product. This offer is for the first 50 people to get any Lenovo product and show the receipt.
Special guest of honor, Right Honorable Victor Edoro, Speaker Edo State House of Assembly, Barrister Kasleo Moirabo, President, Human Rights Defenders Association, and APC Chieftain, Dr. Justin Okonobo, Member representing Igweben Constituency, Edo State House of Assembly, Pastor Osage Izeyamu, Former Secretary, Edo State Government and PDP Chieftain, Edo South, Honorable Matthew Dorikewe, Former Majority Leader, Edo State House of Assembly and PDP Chieftain, Edo South, Honorable Ezehi MD Igbas, Member representing Essen North East Constituency 2, Edo State House of Assembly, Princess Philomena Iheye, PDP South South Zonal Secretary, Honorable EJ Agbonaima, Member representing Igor Ikboboka Federal Constituency, Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Monday Ehialua, Minority Leader, Edo State House of Assembly, and Member representing Essen West.
Comrade Osase Osayoki, President, Association of Community Development Chairman of Yan North East.
Guest Minister, Evangelist Mrs. Naomi Ehigie, Initiator, How to Make Your Marriage Work. Tickets are now available for just 5,000 Naira at Independent Television and Radio Corporate Head Office, Glass House, Airport Road, Benin City, or at Wesley Hotel, 15 Akiobari Street, GRA, Benin City.
Omegatron, Mall of America, Airport Road, Benin City.
ITV Radio Couples Classic 2016 treats that special someone to a romantic night as the world would stand still in an evening of love, fun, excitement, games, and lots of wonderful prizes to take home. ITV Radio Couples Classic 2016. Date February 14th, 2016. Valentine's Day. Venues Wesley Hotels, 15 Akiobari Street, GRA, Benin City. Red carpet opens 5 p.m. Main event begins at 6 p.m. Gate fee 5,000 Naira. ITV Radio Couples Classic 2016. Powered by
Lenovo.
Yes, February 14 is the day Sunday show love to someone special to you on ITV Radio. They're just there in the forefront of it to allow you to express love. This is Africa Discourse. Just joining us in the studio is Barrister Douglas Ogbankwa. Welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Came quite late. All right. I know you've been following what we were talking about. Corruption, the fight against corruption in Africa, the Nigerian approach, because so many top countries have been putting Nigeria in the fight against corruption, and they are telling all other African nations to emulate Nigeria in the fight against corruption. What's your take in these new twists, generally speaking?
I actually think that the vibe that fight against corruption has taken to Nigeria. It's a good development. And knowing that as far back as 1999, the Transparency International categorized Nigeria as the second most corrupt country in the world in the Worldwide Corruption Index. And it would also interest you to know that following the crusade of our current president, President Muhammad Buhari, against corrupt practices, Nigeria has actually, leaped forward in the Transparency Index, and and we have also not been downward in the Corruption Index. This is to show that corruption is being fought in Nigeria, on and on, and we will have to think that this kind of momentum is sustained, because corruption in this country is netted everywhere. It's in the civil service, it's in the political class, it's in the business, it's even in the churches. I read of a scenario where a church member paid 60 million naira, a civil servant in the federal civil service paid 60 million naira as tithes to a church.
Anyway,
and you know that your member is a politician whose salary is not up to 500,000 naira a month, and he pays tithe of 20 million. If you collect it, you have sinned against God.
That's a new page. Let me pause it there for now. Thank you. Now back to what you were saying before. Now, I'll give an example of what happened in Ghana in the fight against corruption, where a journalist went undercover to expose some judges because of their corrupt tendencies and their corrupt practices. Now, do you think that that will hold sway in a country where a particular man has been in power for over 20 years, over 30 years, and just keep on counting?
Well, you see, Wilson, the issue is that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Is a very old saying, and practically it's played out to show that, look, when you are in office for a very long time, the tendency is that you begin to equate the country as your own personal estate, where you can plunder, use anything at will. Okay? Now, this is why the idea of democratic practice, even with its shortfalls, is still better than, dictatorialism and oligarchy, whatever other form of governance. Because at least there is a mechanism for accountability. Okay? And there is a process for people to weigh you in. Okay? Because if you check, those presidents that have been in power for more than 20 years, for more than 30 years, in a non-monarchical state, how have they been able to sustain themselves? They have sustained themselves through the use of force, brutality, intimidation, coaction, and of course, corruption, bribery, and the rest of them. These are the weapons that they have used. Only in few occasions, if there's any, that the people have willingly, sustained, because such leaders have led, with the people at heart. Because don't forget, for me as a person, I said this without, iota of, fear of anything, that my interest is not about who is leading. My interest is about the policies, the programs, that you have put forward for the good of the people that you are leading. If people are happy with their leader, there is no external force that can change that leader. That leader does not need to alter anything, to remain in power. But when you begin to, and that was why I cited the instance of my very good friend, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, a man that I like because of his history, and how God has favored him, and made him, to rise, to break certain records. But when he wanted to break that record that he said he wanted to set by himself, Nigerian people said no. That was a third term agenda.
So from what you is corruption.
Okay, because that was not pure. Yeah, that is it. That was why Nigerians rejected that.
All right, now,
and it didn't work.
Now, Barrister, we have likes of Mugabe, we have Paul Biya, and the list just goes on and on. They've been there for almost a decade right now. Over a decade right now. But from assessment, they're like saying that longevity of a particular person in position of power is tantamount to an increase in the rate of corruption in that country. Would you agree to that? Take a look at the African experience.
I think you're absolutely right. If you bring such a analogy to the African scene, because if you look at the presidents all over Africa who have ruled, and for these times that you talked about, you notice that they are reeking of corruption. Robert Mugabe has been president since 1980. Eduardo dos Santos in Angola has been president since the 70s. The daughter, not even him, the daughter is one of the richest women in Africa, you know, contesting with our own Florential Alakija. Then you have the likes of Paul Biya, who has been president since Ahidjo left office in Cameroon. You don't want to know how corrupt that, you know, that system is. Then you go on and on and on, countries where you see, before Hosni Mubarak was overthrown by the Arab Spring, it was a very corrupt government. The children they were very, very rich. Even in Tunisia, the president that was there, Ben Ali, that was where the Arab Spring started. You notice that, as you have said, when a particular regime begins to extend its frontiers, then you are likely to have corruption. Look at Burundi, for example. Pierre Nkurunziza, the man that is there. Even after the constitutionally permissible term, he had to amend the constitution, and that cost hundreds of lives. He didn't care. All he wanted is to be in power. Why? Because of the terms of office. So, you know, African leaders really should wake up. You know, all this thing of trying to amend the constitution, he made, you know, mention of Olusegun Obasanjo. There is no doubt that President Olusegun Obasanjo is a great man, you know, though he has his own foibles. But it was when he was going for that same third term, that was when, in fact, the way Dio Melaye put it, he introduced corruption into the National Assembly. But recently he wrote to the National Assembly to say that the National Assembly is corrupt, and Dio Melaye said, you introduced corruption to the National Assembly by your trying to manipulate the system. In fact, we had a scenario where Ghana Must Go was emptied on the floor of the National Assembly because they went to remove a speaker who was not acceding to it.
According to
according to Dilo Melaye, yeah. That's not what according to Dilo Melaye, it's a fact. So the network news, not according to, that's what we saw. We have video clips of that. You know, so when a leader wants to, you know, extend his reign of power, then there's no way he can possibly do that without advancing corruption.
All right. Now, he gave several examples. He came back again to Nigeria, and the list just goes on and on. Do you think that it is better for these countries to entrench democracy where they'll be able to rotate government or governorship or presidency, whatever they want to do it, in order to curb corruption? Because that seems to be what is happening in Nigeria right now, for Nigeria to start getting applause from top countries in the world in the fight against corruption.
Well, you see, if you look at the countries that he mentioned, all of them pretend to be democracies. Okay? But like he pointed out, what is the corruption in it? The manipulation to change an existing goalpost in the middle of the game. Okay? There is no way you would shift the goalpost forward in the middle of game without having to, you know, do what you are not supposed to do ordinarily. Because the players definitely will resist, because there is a goalkeeper that is in each of the posts. And if you want to move the goalpost forward, means that the goalkeeper will have to move with the goalpost. Okay? Or else you cannot move it. So it is either you intimidate the goalkeeper, pointing a gun at him, or, you know, you induce the goalkeeper by greasing his palms heavily. But the point here is, the point of this, where I will slightly disagree with my learned friends, is the fact that it is not the leaders this time that should look inward. It is not the leader, because the leaders are the people that are benefiting from the perk of office, as you have just rightly pointed out, and this is what induces them to do everything to remain in power. So it is the people that are being led, the citizenry. Once the citizens, become averse with a tendency which they have discovered is not to their own best advantage, they should rise like Nigerians did. They should rise like the Burkinabes did when they rose against Blaise Compaoré. It is the people that will rise. It is the people that will say enough is enough. If the people remain docile, the leaders will continue to take advantage of them. We continue to manipulate them, and we continue to use them as their own tools. Don't forget that I said earlier on that for leaders to continue in office, they must be able to manipulate the people, either intimidate them to submission or induce them, to compromise.
Okay. From what he said everything, the bulk lies in the hands of the citizens, not even the leaders. Would you agree to that?
Well, my point is very simple. If the leadership, the political class gang up together, the truth is, let's be realistic, there's not much we can do about it. All you have to do, you protest, you die, you protest, just like in Burundi. You see, where you have seen change of government in Africa, there are very few countries, 4 or 5 of them. What happened in Nigeria on 29th of May 2015, what happened in Nigeria where there was a change of guard? It doesn't really happen every day in Africa. Ghana, Nigeria, Malawi, maybe Zambia. Those are the only...
Benin Republic.
Okay, Benin Republic. Those are the only 4 countries maybe we know. In Cote d'Ivoire, it took blood for it to happen. People had to die. In fact, there was a civil war before it could happen. So the point I'm making is that whenever you see it happen, for example in Nigeria, the reason you see that there was a change of guard is because the political class were not united. They were divided along ideological lines, what I would call the conservatives and the progressives, even though some of them were conservative in the morning and progressive at night. You understand? So you need to find that where the political class have united, say this is what we want. It took the death of Abacha for Abacha to go. Because as far as I knew at that time, the Nigerian political class, they were united by greed. United by greed. By the fact that Abacha was giving them money, nobody, the few people who could talk, the likes of Bola Tinubu and the rest of them, you can't stay in Nigeria there and talk, they will eliminate you. They had to run away. Nadeko and the rest of them, they had to run away. It was after the fall of the Abacha regime that they came back and became part of the political process. You understand? So if the political class is united, usually by greed and nothing else, then there's not much the people can do about it.
So that means if they're united by greed, you can't fight corruption in that country.
They control everything. They control the armed forces, they control the security forces, the police, the apparatus of state. All you can do is that you keep protesting. The only thing you can do is that there will be an insurrection. That's the only way you can fight them. But if you say a peaceful change, then you will have to involve a process, like we had in Nigeria. By 2003, the progressives in Nigeria controlled only one state, so to speak. That was Lagos State. And it was due to their naivety that they lost most of the western states to the PDP. And from then, they started evolving. It wasn't easy for there to be a change of guard. It took years of planning, horse trading. President Muhammad Buhari didn't have the money to become the APC presidential candidate. What he had was integrity. And the persons who were running the system in the APC saw in him a marketable person to sell to the Nigerian people. So that is how it really works. We have to be realistic.
So for what you're saying, if there's unity in the political class because of greed, fighting corruption in African countries, not possible. Zero. Barrister Chima.
You see.
Because he just gave a very strong point right now.
Yes. And the point he has given has not derogated from what I have earlier said. Manipulation,
Yes.
intimidation.
Yes.
These are the two key factors, because gently changed roads, you know, the easiest way to a rich man's pocket, you know what it is.
Yeah.
It's fear. Strike fear in him. Whatever is in his pocket will come out. Now, even when, you know, these people, these politicians are first and foremost citizens of this country.
Absolutely.
Okay, so when you talk about citizenry, you are not, you know, removing anybody. Okay? And we are talking of, you have mentioned a quality that made President Buhari, you know, in the midst of not having resources, you know, to make those that have resources to bring out their resources. So that is that one man standing. And look at the history of President Buhari, you know, contested 3 times. This is the 4th time.
Yeah.
So if you don't have vision, okay, he could have easily been compromised.
All right.
You know, and that would have been the end of the story. We won't be talking what we are saying.
Gentlemen, our time is up. Our time is up. I know we've been talking for almost 1 hour now. Though you came late, not to worry. We'll have other platform for you to come early. Keep to time. That's not your fault, though. Anyway, I wouldn't say conclude, because you've said all you want to say. There's going to be another platform to really expatiate more on this. I really want to thank both of you for coming on today's show, and for, of course, your wonderful and incisive analysis was top notch. Like what I said before, you can follow us on Twitter account at ITV Radio NG, or better still, follow me on my Twitter account at Omasho Wilson. Let's get to talk. Let's get to chat. What do you feel about our nation? What do you feel about the continent, Africa? We'll do it again same time next week, Monday, God willing. Bye for now.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
The Redeemed Christian Church of God Region 13 presents February edition of Special Divine Encounter Program. Theme, The Burden Bearer. This is one program that has blessed many lives. You can't afford to miss it. It is a 4-day power-packed program. There shall be healing, salvation, deliverance, and testimonies. Come with your friends and family members. Venue is the Redeemed Christian Church of God Trinity Sanctuary Parish, Kilometer 7, Ebori area, Benin Saple Road, Benin City. Time, 6 to 7:30 a.m. Early morning program. Date, 8 to 11 February 2016. Ministering Pastor James Dagonduro, pastor in charge of Region 13. This month's edition is going to be glorious. Your burden must be lifted. Don't miss it.
There is nothing he cannot do. Come and see the Lord.
Word without communication. Also, imagine communication without quality, durable and affordable mobile phones. Certainly, that word is a word of darkness and a meaningless word. K Ultra Communication don't bring to you cheap, affordable, and durable mobile phones to make that communication day effective and reliable. For K Ultra Communications, we get to forestall latest phones like Sony, Infinity, Samsung, Nokia, Tecno, Gioni, Opsin, Grete, Winco, and many more, where we they get to directly from the manufacturer. K Ultra Communications, we they dependable to meet your needs for mobile phones and all in accessories. Buy cheap, buy rest of mind, buy good phone for K Ultra Communications, where they inside post office for Airport Road, beside Oba Akenzwa, the Second Cultural Center. Telephone
081-519-55554.
or 0703 47300 07. K Ultra Communications, the place to buy better phone.
To family on a phone feed vacation in Nigeria or anywhere in the world, are you a company or corporate institution and you want to have an expertise arrangement for all your corporate traveling plans? or you want to have a convenient traveling arrangement as a religious, governmental, or private organization, then visit paylessbooking.com. We offer 24-hour specialized services ranging from first-class air ticketing for both domestic and international flights, hotel booking and reservation, corporate travel, group travel, holiday and resort booking anywhere in the world. Make your bookings now by logging on to www.paylessbooking.com and enjoy travel convenience today with paylessbooking.com, your travel managers. For more enquiries, call 0703-808-5040, 0818-310-8586 or 052-941-521 or 69 Mission Road, ground floor, opposite Kukwe Junction, Benin City. paylessbooking.com, your travel experts.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
Diabetes mellitus, or you have a disease that doesn't make you sick.
Fibroid can still come in.
No, the fibroid always predates the infection.
At the muscle, so we are in school with class medical doctors. It's at the third year level that everybody now goes to the
major
specialized, and then you start to learn.
You're welcome to the program Healthy Living. Join me again. On Health Tips today, let's look at Lassa fever. Lassa fever is an acute viral hemorrhagic illness of 1 to 4 weeks duration that occurs in West Africa. The Lassa virus is transmitted to humans via contact with food or household items contaminated with rodent urine or feces. Person-to-person infection and laboratory transmission can also occur, particularly in hospitals. Lagging adequate infection prevent and control measures, Lassa fever is known to be endemic in Africa. Though first described in the 1950s, the virus causing Lassa disease was not identified until 1969. The virus is a single-stranded virus. About 80% of people who become infected with Lassa virus have no symptoms. 1 in 5 infections result in severe disease, where the virus affects several organs such as the liver, spleen, and kidneys. Lassa fever is a zoonotic disease, meaning that humans become infected from contact with infected animals. The animal reservoir or host of Lassa virus is a rodent of the genus Mastomys. Lassa fever is a zoonotic disease, meaning that humans become infected from contact with infected animals. The animal reservoir or host of Lassa virus is a rodent of the genus Mastomys, commonly known as the multi-marmot rat. Mastomys rats infected with Lassa virus do not become ill, but they can shed the virus in their urine and feces. The incubation period of Lassa fever ranges from 6 to 21 days. The onset of the disease, when it is symptomatic, is usually gradual, starting with fever, general weakness, and malaise. After a few days, headache, sore throat, muscle pain, chest pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, cough, and abdominal pain may follow. In severe cases, facial swelling, fluid in the lung cavity, bleeding from the mouth, nose, vagina, or gastrointestinal tract, and low blood pressure may develop. Protein may be noted in the urine. Shock, seizures, tremor, disorientation, and coma may be seen in the later stages. Deafness occurs in 25% of patients who survive the disease. In half of these cases, hearing returns partially after 1 to 3 months. Transient hair loss and gait disturbance may occur during recovery. Death usually occurs within 14 days of onset in fetal cases. The disease is especially severe late in pregnancy, with maternal death and fetal loss occurring in greater than 80% of cases during the 3rd trimester. Humans usually become infected with Lassa virus from exposure to urine or feces of infected Mastomys rats. Lassa virus may also be spread between humans through direct contact with the blood, urine, feces, or other bodily secretion of a person infected with Lassa fever. There is no epidemiological evidence supporting airborne spread between humans. Person-to-person transmission occurs in both community and healthcare settings, where the virus may be spread by contaminated medical equipment such as reused needles. Sexual transmission of Lassa virus has been reported. Lassa fever occurs in all age groups and both sexes. Persons at greater risk are those living in rural areas where mastomies are usually found, especially in communities with poor sanitation or crowded living conditions. Health workers are at risk if caring for Lassa fever patients in the absence of proper barrier nursing and infection control practices. Prevention of Lassa fever rallies on promoting good community hygiene to discourage rodents from entering homes. Effective measures include storing grain and other foodstuff in rodent-proof containers, disposing of garbage far from the home, maintaining clean households, and keeping cats. Because mastomies are so abundant in endemic areas, it is not possible to completely eliminate them from the environment. Family members should always be careful to avoid contact with blood or body fluids while caring for sick persons. In healthcare settings, staff should always apply standard infection prevention and control precautions when caring for patients, regardless of their presumed diagnosis. These include basic hand hygiene, respiratory hygiene, use of personal protective equipment to block splashes or other contact with infected materials, safe injection practices, and safe burial practices. Thank you very much for staying tuned on the program Healthy Living today. Like I did say, we're looking at blood donation today, and my guest, our Dr. Michael Kungbowa, is a medical laboratory scientist. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
And I have Asido John, is also a laboratory scientist. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you so very much.
Okay, first of all, what is blood donation?
Yes, blood donation has to do with obtaining blood from a recipient, from a donor.
Okay.
A donor who has enough blood to give out, and also still having enough to keep his or herself going.
Okay.
And then this blood is then processed for a recipient who requires the donated unit. And blood donation has to do with, first of all, selecting a suitable donor, and it's quite some process. There are a lot of factors taken into consideration. We do a lot of screening before we now select a suitable donor and then obtain blood from the donor.
Okay, John, he said from a donor who has enough blood.
Okay.
You have enough, then you can give out and still have enough. Yeah. And when you talk to people, they tell you, I don't have enough blood. So how much is enough?
How much is enough?
Yeah.
Just like my colleague rightly said, first of all, you have to screen the person. And part of the screening is to know the person's blood volume.
Okay.
So a person with a blood volume of well above 30% is fit, at least, to donate blood. A person with a blood volume well above 30% is fit to donate blood.
And when screening, what are some of these things you screen for?
Basically, you screen for HIV 1 and 2. You also screen for hepatitis, which is very prevalent now, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, which are the most deadly hepatitis strains of hepatitis virus. And also you screen for syphilis, VDRL, gonorrhea, syphilis. Basically, those are the major things you screen for when you're screening blood.
Okay, we know we have bank for money, bank for blood. So where is the right place to get blood for transfusion?
In Nigeria has established the National Blood Transfusion Service, which is a body, an extension of the WHO partner, sort of. And the regulation is an offshoot from that of the WHO. So the National Blood Transfusion Service is in charge of procuring blood, collecting blood freely. It's supposed to be free as recommended by the WHO. But unfortunately, in most parts of the world, especially in Africa, blood is still sold on a commercial basis. But this is supposed to be discouraged. So the National Blood Transfusion in Nigeria, established, is to collect blood and bank the blood and then distribute to health facilities, tertiary, state, and even in the local government areas, and supply them. Benin happens to be one of the regional branches.
Yeah.
And in Benin here, they go out and then encourage people to donate blood freely. They bank the blood. The blood banks in the National Blood Transfusion Service is sort of central. They supply blood to other health facilities like UBTH, Central Hospital, and other health institutions that require blood. So wherever you take blood to, there must be a mini blood bank, or an average size, or the real big ones as kept by the National Blood Transfusion Center.
Okay, now when you say that selling of blood should be discouraged, is it selling to MBTS or MBTS selling to hospitals and other places?
There are about 5 categories of blood donors.
Okay.
The commercial blood donors are those who donate the blood for monetary purpose,
like
for
sell
financial
their blood.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you have the relative donor that donates to a friend, relative, or
In
anyone.
time of emergency.
Yes. Then you equally have the non-remunerated voluntary blood donor, and that is the one recommended by the WHO. You should donate blood freely and give to somebody you don't even know, and you are not supposed to expect thank you, because the person your blood will be given to doesn't even know you.
True.
So these are the different categories that are common here in Nigeria. And the only one recommended by the WHO is the voluntary, non-remunerated blood donor.
Okay. John, now people have argued in the past and are still arguing that the reason they don't donate is because MBTS will end up selling this blood, or even the hospitals will end up selling their blood and they don't get anything. That's, I mean, why should they give their blood when at the end of the day it will be sold?
Okay. Well, just like my colleague rightly said, blood is life. And the truth of the matter is that most of the materials used for the screening, the kits, even the blood bags and all, these things were bought with money. You understand? So, for persons to say that, yes, they have a right to say that, but they should also understand that these things are not free. If they were free, I believe blood probably would have also been free. So that's probably the reason we have these issues on ground.
Okay.
Let me just support my colleague. Actually, blood is not sold. Before you collect blood from a donor, even from the non-remunerated donor who donates freely, the facility involved, be it the hospital, be it UBTH Central Hospital, or even the National Blood Transfusion Service Center, they spend money in procuring the blood bags, the grouping anti-sera for knowing the blood group, and then even the compatibility test to be done prior to compatibility testing, it will be screened for these 4 diseases. In fact, several, not even 4, as my colleague mentioned. The WHO recommends HIV 1 and 2 screening, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and syphilis.
Okay.
This 4 is mandatory all over the world. But there are some parts of the world that have peculiar types of diseases that are common or endemic. Like here we have malaria.
Yeah.
And malaria is in almost everybody here. So we don't lay so much emphasis on screening for malaria. But if immediately you go out of Nigeria,
Yeah.
they must screen for malaria. If you visit Africa and go to the UK or US, you will be deferred for some time before you can donate. And they will screen for malaria critically before giving out their blood. So what I'm trying to say is, during these screenings, a lot of money is spent on procuring these reagents. And what the patient is actually paying for is the money for screening, grouping, cross-matching, and not the blood, because the WHO has regulations that blood or tissues must not be sold.
Mm.
And blood is tissue in fluid form.
Okay. So we know we have various blood type, like blood groups. So who should donate blood?
Who should donate blood?
Yeah.
Anybody who is qualified, anybody who has been screened and is certified fit can donate blood.
Okay, but you know, oftentimes people donate blood before the screening, or do they usually screen before collecting?
You are screened before you donate.
Okay.
You are screened before you donate blood.
So what units can be donated?
What units? A pint.
You can't donate more than a pint.
Depending on your packed cell volume of blood in the person. But generally, a pint of blood, majorly.
To support my colleague, you asked who is qualified to donate.
Yeah.
First of all, you look at the age group.
Okay.
Between 18 to 65 years old can donate. Outside this, we'll have to wait. Above 65 is not encouraged because the heart, other organs are already weak. But he mentioned all right. So there are so many criteria taken into consideration before you donate. And the type of blood,
yes.
You have group A, group B, group O, and group AB. And you equally have the resource positive or negative.
Yeah.
If the resource antigens are there, then the person is positive, resource positive. If it is not there, particularly the D, the person is grouped as negative. So you can have A, B, A plus B, O, either all positive or all equally negative.
Okay. We actually spoke with some people about if they've ever donated blood, because you know this blood donation thing, because some people believe, you know, different things. But first of all, let's take a look at what they said about blood donation before we continue with this discussion.
My father was doing it, but for me, I've never had the opportunity.
As in, you don't see them? Or
I see them. My blood is a precious blood.
So, why do you not donate?
Because they need call for me. And if that's the only thing I can give out, I expect them to ask.
I don't know how they do it, and the occasion has not really arisen for me to donate blood.
I have made a donation once, just once. But I believe I ought to have done more in that regard. I know some people donate very regularly, and it's a very, very good thing. It's good to donate blood for so many reasons, especially for those who need it for transfusion and so on. But I think it's a social responsibility.
Yes, just once. I don't really know. I don't know how to put it. I think then I was in school. I can remember one vividly. And I was I was expected to show example. I think that was one of the things that also lured me to go and donate because I was faculty governor.
Okay, I like the fact that the last person said actually that he had to show example. So he donated just once. Now, one of the things these people had in common is that they don't have anything against it, but they are not aware of, they don't know they should donate blood. I mean, it's their civic responsibility and all that.
Yes, personally, I cannot count how many times I have donated blood.
Okay.
Some of the times I donated were to relatives, friends, or friends of friends, as friends come to invite us to donate blood to their relatives. I also donated when we are students. We donated to our blood bank when we are being trained as medical lab science students.
Okay.
And I think they need more, the public needs more awareness from institutions like the National Blood Transfusion Service,
okay,
Ministry of Health, Ministry of Information, that is prompted by Ministry of Health.
Yeah.
Then the Sickle Cell Center, Benin City.
Okay. They use blood too?
The sicklers need blood as part of their management. Sicklers are managed with blood, though they are trying to look into other ways of managing sicklers without too much transfusion. However, whenever they fall into crisis and their PCV, their red cell level is low, they require blood transfusion to bring them back online.
Okay, now apart from the sickle cell anemia patients, who else needs blood that, you know, why we should have blood in our blood banks?
Okay, accident victims need blood.
Okay.
Because an accident happened and they didn't prepare for it. So possibly the person lost so much and he or she will need more blood or need blood, need to be transfused. And also people going on surgery patients most likely will also need blood. And so it's important that the blood bank has enough store so they can supply when needed.
How about women, pregnant women?
Yes, pregnant women, yeah, of course, they do. Because some could also lose blood during delivery, so they could also need blood.
You want to add something?
Yeah, in addition, in modern times now, the WHO encourages what we call component transfusion.
What's that?
When you collect the whole blood can be broken down, processed into component parts. That is what is called evidence-based medical laboratory medicine. Or evidence-based medicine has to do with striking the nail on the head.
Okay.
You give what the patient requires. If you collect whole blood from a donor, it contains red cells, plasma. The plasma can be processed into fresh frozen plasma and platelets, and also cryoprecipitate. So you have about 5 components derived from whole blood. And after that, you pick what the patient requires and transfuse. and not just giving everything. For example, if somebody is suffering from bleeding disorders, and the bleeding disorders is due to thrombocytopenia, then you give platelet concentrate. If the person is suffering from burns, you give the plasma. If it is a clotting factor deficiencies, you give fresh frozen plasma.
Okay, so you know this program is live and it's audience participatory. So feel free to call in and ask your question on this issue, this subject matter. And you can also send us a WhatsApp message. The number is 08024610789. It's right there on the screen. Or you can tweet us those. Call in and ask your question. They are both medical lab scientists, because these are the people, I suppose, that works with this blood, and I am sure that sometimes they also call on you for blood, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now there is this belief that women must not give blood. Women must not donate blood. John, is this a medical belief or is it a myth?
For me, it's more of a myth than a
Okay.
medical belief, because, like I said earlier, anybody, be it male or female, that is qualified, and just like my colleague said, above 18 years and below 65 years can donate blood. But the truth of the matter is that we understand that females usually or naturally have a lower packed cell volume when compared to that of males. And some persons are of the opinion that, okay, maybe because of the menstrual flow and the likes of it. But much more than that, we understand that the males have the muscle mass of the males are far more than that of the females. And the rate of erythropoiesis in males is higher than that of the females. So the males produce more red cells than the females. So the males have more blood, so to say. A healthy male, generally, I'm talking about healthy, in an ideal situation. So the healthy male has more red cells or has more blood, as it were, than that of the females. But to say that the females cannot donate is not right. Females can donate blood.
Okay, before you add something to it, you know, this blood donation, I know a little about it because I donate, okay? And they made us to understand that a female can donate 4 months interval. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, you can. But the female must be screened also.
Of course.
To be sure that the PCV is up to the required level. Pregnant women are not advised to donate. Women are also discouraged from donating when during their periods, monthly periods, because it is assumed they are losing blood somewhere else, and shouldn't be bothered until such a time when they are free.
Okay, so before we go to the health benefits, I believe there are some health benefits in donating blood.
Yeah.
Okay, someone said, is it true that people with tattoo cannot donate blood?
Yes, the WHO does not encourage blood to be collected from people with tattoo, because most of tattoo actually began with using needles. So people with a lot of tattoos must have encountered needle pricks here and there, and it is not encouraged.
Okay, the program is Healthy Living. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's still Healthy Living, and today we're looking at blood donation, why you should donate, who should donate, before we get to the health benefits. They've made us to understand right now that there are health benefits in donating blood, and I have Dr. Mike Okungbowa here. He's a medical lab scientist. thank you for staying tuned.
Thank you.
And John Asido, thank you also for staying. I have this question here, and it says some religions don't take blood. They don't accept blood. How do we sustain them when they are in need of blood?
Yes, there are regulations in the practice of medicine.
Okay.
And there is emphasis on respect for the patient's wish, belief, rights, patient's rights. And there are some religions, like you rightly said, that forbid blood. For example, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't accept blood. In fact, some of them even wear tags that even during accidents or they are unconscious, you should be able to see that they shouldn't be giving blood. So in such cases, the patient's right has to be respected.
Okay.
However, if you are not sure that the person is a Jehovah's Witness and there is no sign to show, and nobody also maybe made a complaint, then the doctor has the right to transfuse in such cases. However, there are what we call blood substitutes.
Okay.
There are blood substitutes that can be used
In times of emergency?
in terms of emergency for this category of people. And then also for surgeons during surgeries, elective surgeries, they devise means of saving the blood and then retransfusing, which is called the autologous transfusion. You reclaim the blood, process it, and return it back to the patient.
Whoa.
So such devices can be applied.
But at that point, is it not transfusing back again, even if it's theirs?
Yes, it's autologous, meaning self to self.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, now, John, let's look at some of the health benefits of donating blood.
Okay, health benefits. Generally, I will start by saying the first benefit, as it were, a patient or an individual gets when he or she donates blood is the sense of the fact that I have saved a life. Because, like I always tell people, blood is life. And it's just when you donate blood, it's just like you are giving a part of your life to someone else. So you have that feel that you've saved a life, and that's number one. Number two, when you donate blood, it enhances erythropoiesis, like I said earlier. It's just like you've let go of something, in the bone marrows, or the stem cells in the bone marrow now have to produce more red cells, fresh red cells in this case. And the person is rejuvenated, new blood comes into the system. The person feels lighter, those we've heard of polycythemic patients, people that have very large or high blood volume. When they donate blood, they feel more refreshed, they feel freer, they feel lighter, and they feel healthier. So when you donate blood, you are more like a healthier person when you donate blood.
Okay, you want to add more to it?
Yes, blood donation is very, very good for the bone marrow, as I mentioned. There are some people, even though the red cells are not diseased, but somehow the bone marrow produces more than required, and they are usually requested to come for phlebotomy. That is, blood is removed as a therapy, sign of therapy, therapeutic blood donation. Even if the blood is not transfused to a recipient, but removing it from this individual makes the individual more lively and feels healthier.
Does it make one look more beautiful?
I don't know, because beauty is more or less genetic.
How about does it make one look more younger or something?
I don't think so.
Because people, they need something catchy.
Yeah, it
to
makes
make
one
them
look
go.
healthier.
Okay, healthier generally.
Yes, and then challenges the bone marrow to work more. It's just like a well, If water is regularly fetched removed from a well, it replaces with fresher water.
Okay, then, so how long can we store blood? How long can the blood be stored, John?
Okay, blood can be stored for 35 days. Presently, we have the present blood bag we use can store blood for 35 days. The CPDA stores blood for 35 days in the blood bank, and the blood must be stored between the temperature of 2 to 8 degrees Celsius, not below 2, not above 8. So it must be in a thermostatically controlled refrigerator, so that the temperature does not fall below 2 and go above 8 degrees Celsius. So that blood will stay. The red cells will be live for 35 days.
Okay, what in a case where they have too many blood in the blood bank and it stays above 35 days, then it's a waste. Do we have cases like that in the hospitals?
Yes, we might have such cases, but with intelligence in the management of a blood bank. You arrange the units in such a way that you make use of the older units before the fresh ones. Okay. You look at the collection date, the expiry date, and then you intelligently manage the use of the blood. Where you think you are overwhelmed, you can phone other health institutions nearby and then donate some instead of leaving them to expire.
All right. The number to call is 052290573. That's the number for you to call to be a part of the program. And of course, you can send your WhatsApp message to 08024610789. I have this message and it reads, my mom frowns at me every time I donate blood. She say women don't donate blood, that it will affect my child bearing. Is it true?
Not at all. Blood donation has no relationship with the sexual organs because they are different areas and they function differently. Though the blood circulates and supplies nutrients to all parts of the body, but it doesn't mean that other organs are adversely affected. So mommy shouldn't blame her children or her child for donating blood. She's carrying out a humanitarian activity and at the same time challenging her bone marrow to function better.
Okay. I think I have this message. It reads, I think it's a good thing, like you've said, to donate blood. Is there any way we can challenge our students to donate blood so we have enough blood in the blood bank?
All this boils down to awareness, like what we are doing now. And all this still boils down to the fact that people need to always read and be informed. Because the truth of the matter is that, like I said before, whatever you donate is being given to someone and a life is being saved. So I personally, anywhere I go, and I also use this medium to encourage persons, students, whoever, that's above 18 years, try as much as possible to come out and donate blood. It's beneficial. It's going to help you. It's going to help another person. You're going to save a life. And your creator will even be happy with you that you've saved a life. So I encourage everybody, wherever you find yourself, just try and be a donor, voluntary donor.
There are many locations where students and others can go to donate blood. You can go and donate at UBTH, Central Hospital, the National Blood Transfusion Center.
Yeah, they have one station that's very good.
Yes. So they have a mobile unit.
Yeah.
Yes, for campaign and awareness on the benefits of blood donation. So whoever wants to donate can go to any of these locations closest or closer to the person. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just ask you this, Dr. Mike. It says, I once donated a blood to somebody who needed it, and but the person never called me to say thank you after the donation, and it made me feel bad and not want to donate again. All right, before you answer that question, we have a caller on the line. Hello. Okay, give us a call back, 052290573. So can you now answer my question?
Yes, the WHO, the World Health Organization, is encouraging mainly voluntary, non-remunerated blood donors, such that this group of donors are those who, number one, don't collect any form of gratification, either in form of cash or in form of thank you. Thank you is also gratification. It's a way of showing gratitude. All donors are encouraged to donate without knowing where the blood is going to and which patient is benefiting from the donation. But I'm going to assure our, who is the guy?
Yeah, the person they invited.
Whoever wants to be thanked, please don't bother. God has already known that you have donated to save a life, and you will be blessed in abundance. Because the Bible says, if you are thanked already, then what is the point?
Reward?
It means you have accepted your reward. But if you leave it to God to bless you, I'm sure God will bless you millionfold than what you are expecting.
Okay. So finally, I understand that there's this group of people we call the general donor, and they could give to any person at all. And I suppose, is it these people that should donate regularly, or anyone, any group at all?
Okay.
Hold on, I have a caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well done, Auntie.
You're welcome to the program.
I'm calling from Ugbo.
Okay.
I want to ask that doctor question.
Go ahead.
Okay.
There was a day I wanted to donate blood at my church.
Okay.
So they now told me that nothing mother cannot donate blood. So I want you to explain more on that.
Okay. Nursing mother.
Thank you very much, Faith.
Okay.
So, nursing mother.
Yes, the nursing mother, it depends on how old is the baby.
Okay.
If she is still lactating, breastfeeding, when the baby is sucking and sucking, the demand is much.
Okay.
At this point, the nursing mother should be allowed to rest and face feeding the baby, because the lactation and the breastfeeding of the baby is enough stress for her. Okay. That is why those people must have, discouraged her from donating. It's not that she cannot donate. She can actually donate, but I'm sure it's because of the task, yes, of breastfeeding the baby. However, there are some rare cases, assuming she is resource negative. If she is resource negative, and the recipient is also resource negative, if the recipient has a rare blood group and she is the only person that can save the life of that patient, I'm sure they may take the risk of encouraging her to donate.
Because it's emergency.
Emergency, and it's very rare to get that rare group.
Okay.
Yes.
So which one is the rare group now? So like the question I just
all
asked.
the resource negatives are rare. I think it's about 2% of the population.
Okay, like O negative,
O negative, A negative, B negative, AB negative is even the most, the rarest.
Okay, the one you don't find easily.
It's not easily, yes, God.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome to the program.
All right. Please, I want to ask the doctor that how many
Okay.
Sorry?
How many percentage of blood should you have before you start donating?
Yes, the average PCV for a normal male is between 45 to 48%. And for males, we encourage those who have 40 and above to donate. The PCV of females is a little bit lower, 36, 38 to about 45. So within this range, they can donate.
All right. Thank you very much. And John, before we go, can you quickly run through some of the health benefits of blood donation?
Health benefits. Health benefits. Erythropoiesis is stimulated, basically. And like I said before, erythropoiesis is the process of blood cell formation, particularly red cells. So when you donate blood, more fresh cells are produced in the person. And like I said before, the person is healthier, livelier, rejuvenated. You know, he or she is more active because he has donated blood. And life is much more better when you donate blood.
All right, John Asudo. Thank you very much for coming on the program today. And Dr. Mike Okungbowa, thank you also for coming on the program today.
Thank you very much.
Well, they are both medical lab scientists. They work with the blood, yes, and other tests. I know subsequently we'll have a lot to talk about on this program. Well, now you know the health benefit of donating blood. You know now that are there dangers at all associated with blood donation? Apart from maybe a nursing mother that cannot readily donate, a pregnant woman that cannot donate, any other danger?
Yes, there are, during the screening and selection of blood donors,
okay,
those that are not qualified to donate are discouraged or deferred until they are qualified.
Yes, and you know, it's some of these illnesses that can make you not to be qualified. Either your blood is not enough, yes, and if you have a low PCV, or if you have HIV, AIDS, hepatitis B and C, and what's the third one now?
If the weight is below 50 kg.
Below 50 kg.
So all those who weigh below 50 kg are not encouraged to donate.
So just make sure that you are healthy. Remember, if a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. Help save a soul today. Donate blood. First of all, they must check you before they get your blood. It's not something they just get off you without your consent. I am Ifoma Igwe Okafor. See you again next week.
Experience exquisite comfort, luxury redefined, and hospitality at its best at City Inn Hotel and Suites. We offer accommodation in tastefully furnished rooms with free internet facility, a restaurant, an indoor and outdoor bar well stocked, laundry services, 24-hour power supply, and a spacious car park. Come, let's spoil you a little at City Inn Hotel and Suites, 1 Urubi Street, ERO, Benin City. Telephone 0807 666 1000 or 0807 565 8888. City Inn Hotel and Suites, charming style and cozy comfort.
Wow, magnificent, exquisite, and beautiful. Chandeliers and lights. Awestruck Nigeria Limited. We bring to you yet a wider variety of products and home appliance for your home and office use. We stock everything you can imagine, from lights, generators to electronics, sound systems, 3D smart TVs, refrigerators, washing machines, and a long list of LG electronics and products, even beyond your expectations. Yes, and that's why everyone is paying us a visit. Make payments convenient with POS terminals and other modes of payment. after-sales services. Pay us a visit today at our Benin office, Ostrock Nigeria Limited, LG Showroom, 57 Airport Road, former Prest Motel Building by Akenzua Junction, Benin City, or any of our other locations nationwide. Ostrock Nigeria Limited, we stock beyond your expectations.
Elegance, authentic, imaginable. Think no more. Yosun's Global Ventures Limited, the building accessory merchandise with over a decade experience in providing durable and quality building accessories and services to the industry. Have in stock imported steel and luxury doors, exquisite bathroom accessories, marbles, granite, tiles, slabs, stainless handrails, wardrobes, office furniture, home furniture, and kitchen cabinets at an affordable rate. We deliver nationwide. We also renovate, construct newly built and extensions, while others build around plans and drawings. At Yonsu's, we build around accessories. Visit us today at our head office and showroom, Kilometer 11, Sapler Road, opposite RCC, Benin City. Our call lines are 0805 86 08 481 or 0809 063 9131. Yonsu's Global Ventures, the door to elegant buildings.
Did you know that your body is an incredible machine that must be taken adequate care of as it breaks down? Keeping you physically fit, healthy, and mentally alert is our calling at Body Beautiful Fitness Center, 15 Iyeye Street off Ekewa Road, besides Baines Hotel, Benin City, Edo State. 4, 3, 2. Our services include provision of modern gym facilities, aerobic classes, physiotherapy, fitness classes for kids every weekend, free health seminars, free blood pressure, BP test, free child care for nursing members, as well as sale of all types of quality sportswears. The environment here at Body Beautiful Fitness Center is very friendly and you can have your privacy too. Talk to us now on 08066 463 84.
Why don't you come join us so we can give you a body that is beautiful, that will keep you in good health.
Body Beautiful Fitness Center. Keep fit. Stay healthy.
Hello. I'm Imo State. But most importantly, I'm Nigeria. A husband of one wife and a father of 4 beautiful children. As a father and a husband, my goal is that they get to see their family. Is where I find dignity in my labor. My name is Victor Osatuare. God is good.
Aluminium roofing brings out the complete beauty of your building. There are aluminium and steel products all over the place. There is something peculiar about our product and services. We manufacture high-quality aluminium roofing sheets of all colors and gauges. Our oven-baked color-coated sheets are durable and resist weather hazard. At Benko Aluminium, we supply and install as requested by customers. We offer prompt supply services to our numerous customers anywhere. And we are also professionals in steel fabrications such as warehouse, churches, filling stations, canopies, etc. Benko Aluminium. Locate us at number 188 Sapler Road beside PHCN Transmission Office. Telephone 0709 881 0816 or 08055627276. Benko Aluminium, the builder's choice always.
Are you traveling abroad and you need help or information? Or maybe it's getting a good job to earn a living? Not to worry. ACM Global Resources takes care of you. Talk to us today. Tickets and flight bookings, hotel bookings, general travel and visa consultancy. So, if you're traveling abroad for business, health, education, or tourism, ACM Travel Consultancies will take care of you. And that's not all. ACM Job Center, a unique organization that connects you with companies that need skilled and unskilled labor, providing jobs for people who need them.
Talk to us today. For all inquiries at number 12 Sapele Road, opposite Kada Plaza, same building with ACM Communications, and also at number 5 Iguadase Street off Akpakpava Road, behind Zenith Bank, Akpakpava, Benin City. You can call us on 0705 463 1191. ACM Global Resources, making life much easier.
Hi. Do you have challenges paying your school fees or your children's school fees? Relax. Worry no more. Just pack your bags because you're going back to school. FX Africa Limited has got the solution. Meet us in our office at 69 Mission Road, Benin City, or call
0809 749 3477
or
0902 117 2788.
Remember, FX Africa.
Hello, viewers watching. Pastor Armstrong is my name. This is a mighty move in the city of Benin for singles believing God for settlement in their marriages. If you've been having trials in your relationship settling down, this program is for you. Be my guest at 60 Benin Technical Road, the branch church of God of Christian Assembly. The dates are February 13th and 14th. Hear this. Understand that the enemy is after to frustrate your settlement in marriage. For he knows in marriage lies your strength. God, two are better than one. Be my guest. As you come, the yoke shall be broken and you have access to your testimony partners in Jesus' name. All road leads to Garden of Christian Assembly, International Corporate number 60, Benin Technical Road. Yes. The phone numbers are only now called. The time 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily. The dates are February 13th and 14th. Jesus.
Wow! There is gonna be so much fun in the air this Valentine as the Heritage brings to you the return of the Rainmaker, Superstar Magic Fashion, live in concert on February 14th, Valentine's Day at the Heritage, right inside Oba Akenswa Cultural Center, Airport Road, Benin City. The Rainmaker Magic Fashion will be live on stage to rock all his fans and lovers, and also featuring lots of surprise guest appearances. This event is exclusively for you. Tables for 4, 10,000 naira. Couples, 6,000 naira. With special packages for all tickets. Come show your love in a fun-filled day with Magic Fashion at the Heritage. Come February 14th this Valentine's Day. Don't be told. Be there. This event is proudly supported by the Performing Musicians and Employers Association of Nigeria, P-Man, Edo State Chapter.
Wow! Now there is a place for originality in the sales of perfumes. Introducing Rehoboth Perfumes, Skincare and Cosmetics at Freetail Plaza, 85 Sokpoma Road by First Junction, Benin City. Quality perfumes include D&G, Elizabeth Taylor, Terry Mogler, Kevin Klein, Channel 5, Givenchy, DKNY, Bocheron, Jojo Armani, Miyake. Come buy Mary Kay products, powder, time replenishing serum, cleanser, time-wise, microdermabrasion, oil control, foundation.
Season's greetings to our numerous customers. Now, here is something for you. Buy perfumes worth 10,000 naira or more from November 2015 to January 2016 and get a gift.
It's at Freetail Plaza, 85 Sokpoma Road by First Junction, Benin City. Telephone 0806 330 6368 or 0807 48 Rehoboth, maintaining the beautiful you.
Okun, why are you looking gangang and overwhelming joy?
What is gangang plus guang? See, with small Nigerian money where I get from inside pocket. See me. As I carry comfort, summer myself on top faith motors. I be like Obong. Adorable. Now the thing where we market women they enjoy, I did. See faith motors, so we carry enjoyment and jollification of motor. Summer me and you, and we're here. Oh my God, easy, increase more.
This man is obsequiously relaxed.
I never enjoyed travel like this. So since I born, thanks to Faith Motors. Oko, we don't reach. We, you and who? I know they come out for inside this motor. I am married to Faith Motors. Other motors, leave me alone. Oh. Say, terrible.
Faith Motors, 134 Akpakpava by 2nd Junction, Benin City.
Now what you say be the problem?
Me as Sabi read, but I not Sabi write.
Me as Sabi read and write. If I want try speak correct Oyibo for public, sometimes still the hook.
As you see me so, I not Sabi read and write. Kaka.
Na Pioneer Education Center now be the answer to all una problem.
Make una come learn the real secret of how to read, write, spell, pronounce and speak correct Oyibo for Pioneer.
Pioneer, therefore Deco Road by Deco Village beside Samsung office for Warri, and Gap Street opposite Uncle Sam Some for Ekboma. Pioneer Education Center, Benin Road by AP for Inya for Benin City. Pioneer Nursery, Primary, Secondary and Adult School. Therefore number 2A and B, Sparta Lane, off Ted Cemetery and opposite Primary School Road, Jemila, Ikpobai for Benin City. Pioneer Computer School and Usaba Cafe. Therefore number 2A and B, off Owosheni for New Benin, Benin City. Pioneer, Organo.
You never come out?
My sister, I be don pack but plenty things dey my mind.
Iya, no be Lagos you dey go.
Money not to dey my hand like that, and you know say I like better things.
That no be problem. No be big price dey determine safety, abi comfort o. You fit enjoy comfort and safety with small money because company dey wey get you for mind and care about your pocket. That company na Agboinfo Line.
Agboinfo Line?
Yes, Agboinfo Line. As they dey help save money, your comfort and safety remain their concern. Agboinfo Line go carry you go Lagos with only 1,500 naira, while air condition bus now 1,800 naira.
1,500 to Lagos, and I fit even enjoy air condition comfort plus safety for only 1,800.
Na so with Agboinfo Line, the people's transporter with brand new air condition bus and experienced drivers. Agboinfo Line dey Ango 90 Auchi and the head office for 211 Ubowo Lagos Road for Technical Junction, Benin City. Agboinfo Line, we care.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
It's another edition of the program Law and You on Independent Television with yours truly, Adesuwa Osauwagie. And today on Law and You, we are going to be taking a look into how to tackle corruption in the judiciary. The judiciary is supposed to be the last hope of the common man. But when the common man is beginning to lose confidence in that institution, then we need to do a whole lot in that aspect. A lot of people have been complaining that there is corruption in the judiciary. How did it come about? When did we come about corruption in the judiciary? Is there really corruption in the judiciary? If there is, how do we tackle corruption in the judiciary? Who are these people who are corrupting those who are holding judicial offices? Or is it the judicial officers that are corrupting the innocent people or the common man on the street? Those are very big questions today. And joining me today to talk about tackling corruption in the judiciary is a friend of the house, Dr. Patrick Awo-Osage. He's a barrister at law. Nice to have you join
My
us.
pleasure. Thank you. Good afternoon.
All right, before we came on air, we talked about double celebration, so don't forget about that.
Thank you so much. We will.
Okay, barrister, we're looking at tackling corruption in the judiciary. Not too long ago, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Mahmoud Mohammed, did say that there are some unscrupulous and fraudulent and, of course, corrupt persons occupying judicial offices in the country. And it did also say that ways are being looked into to make sure that corruption in the judiciary becomes a thing of the past. Well, before we really look into that, let's look at corruption in its entirety. What is corruption?
Thank you very much. Corruption is a very big word.
How big?
Very, very big.
Okay.
It goes beyond the way we just see it in the literal sense. I want to see corruption as when you don't do what you are supposed to do at the set time and do it in the appropriate way it should be done. That is how best I feel I can define, attempt to define, not absolutely defining corruption, so that everybody can get to understand what we are talking about. Okay. Corruption is not about what, or rather, it's you going against certain ethics, lay down rules that certain structures and things should go and work, and you bypass, you circumvent the process to justify yourself or your personal desires and quests, so to say. All of this put together could be tagged corruption. Now, yes, with all due respect to what the CJN had said, that there's corruption among some personnel in the judiciary and all of that. In as much as I quickly beg to disagree in absolute terms, because if we say corruption, there's corruption in the judiciaries, like for instance, we talk about corruption in Christendom. Now, what are we talking about in that sense? If you're talking of some persons, maybe some clergymen, so to speak, have corrupt tendencies, they will not say, okay, there are some of them.
So
because the judiciary...
no doubt that in the judiciary, some persons occupying judicial offices are kind of corrupt.
They are Nigerians, for crying out loud, and they are citizens of this country. We know what goes on in our country today. So if the country, like what Fidel Castro, let me quickly chip in that, said, he made a statement, he said to be moral in an immoral society becomes immoral. So morality has been swept away, and this in itself is an issue. So talking about corruption in the judiciary, they don't become itself. Nigeria is bigger than the judiciary. Without the country, you cannot have a judiciary.
I'm sure it's because the judiciary is the last hope of the common man, where the man who feels that he has been oppressed, he has been deprived, his rights have been infringed upon, wronged to get solace, to get comfort, to get justice. And if you say that this institution is corrupt, or some corrupt persons are occupying offices in these institutions, then what becomes of the common man? Don't you think he would lose confidence in everything?
I don't think he should lose confidence, in the sense that I have not said the judiciary is corrupt.
Some judicial officers.
Yes, when you say some,
maybe
it's
90
about
out of 100.
Obviously not.
99.
That's not correct. That's not correct, because the judiciary and the legal profession is a noble one, and they have a lot of scrutiny. Okay. It's still on record to date that the Nigerian Law School still turn out they have the best system of running, the school as compared to other schools within the country. So it's not about the judiciary, so to say. It's the influence from the country that we are getting to know. And mind you, I don't believe a judicial officer will just come up and want to go. I said since we must set the structures right. I remember they have agitated for autonomy some time ago, so that they will not be influenced by the executive. And that has been fought. Yes, the past president said, okay, I give you, but state governors have refused to attend to that. So how will you now begin to flog that? How will you begin to...
So why do you think the judiciary has been refused autonomy?
Because they want to keep dangling the carrots. They want to keep using certain manipulative tendency to work on some persons they can work on. I believe if the system is right, everything will be right. It's not about who is corrupt. It's about the system. I don't believe in this personal corruption issue. If the institution is structured in a way that corruption cannot get in, it will be so. No matter how fraudulent a person is. I've often said here and other places, platform I've spoken, I've said that if you want, for instance, bring the most, or like the notorious armed robber we had in time in Benin, Lawrence Anini, to become president of Nigeria, if the structure of America, for instance, he cannot steal. Why? Because the structure will not forbid him to steal. So it's an institutional thing. It's what we should work on. When you create lacunas, loopholes in the judiciary, so to speak, and you are now coming back to say they are fraudulent because they have worked against you. And mind you, this, whoever is in power, I'm talking of the executive arm now, to a large extent it's like having the knife and the yam. You dictate their pay and all whatnot, and you begin to dangle stuff around them, and then you now say judiciary is corrupt. But I believe the structure of the judiciary is what is faulty. Okay. Not that personnel are corrupt, as it were, in as much as I cannot vouch for everybody, but we can understand that the training itself behoves on you not to be corrupt. But some way, somehow, humans are not same. And we know there's corruption in the country, every sector in Nigeria, the medical sector, every sector in this country. Just imagine the issues of trying to investigate the SY Controller General's of Custom, who is like we in the US now. Imagine people holding such sensitive position, having issues. So what are we talking about? Is the loopholes that have been created. That is what have entrenched this whole idea of corruption.
Let's start with judicial officers now. Let's start with the lawyers now.
Okay.
We've had instances where lawyers were stripped of their gown, stripped of their certificates and all, because they were corrupt.
Yes.
I need you to talk about this. Why would a lawyer be corrupt?
Now,
what instances, what would make a lawyer corrupt?
Well, I don't think there's any reason in the world that a lawyer should be corrupt. I don't believe there's any justification to that. Why? To bypass, and because the training does not put that in you. Now, we must also understand that these persons that you claim or that have been said and have been saying to be corrupt, they are Nigerians. And some way, somehow, the society, they live in it. And they mingle with same people we see every day. But why I said a lawyer to be corrupt is something that should be very, very, taken seriously, in the sense that trying to take side with something that is wrong. Maybe supporting your client beyond, with all you want to support the client, to protect and defend the client, not within the confines of law. That's wrong.
Or selling your client cheap, or damaging your client's
yes, that's very wrong. So as
story or his matter or his case.
Yes. It's not, when a lawyer does what is right, you don't be applauded. That's what you're expected to do. So that's how I say. So if you say a lawyer is corrupt in the first place, how did they get through the training? Who are those they have been hanging out with? And I think, what's his issues? What are the issues? Now we'll talk about the financial implication problem. Now, as a lawyer, for instance, let me see, for a young lawyer, for instance, coming up in practice, you see the pay to a large extent is low. If you're working with some principals, some persons you work with, and then they pay you a very low fee at the end of the month, you can't recharge your phone, you can't pay your rent and pay. But I'm not justifying corruption in that. But you look at this, a man that doesn't have any hope, he cannot set up his firm, he cannot go anywhere, he's just trying to be there, and somebody will say, oh, my friend, come. Like I said, he's a Nigerian. Look at this, let's just do this thing like this. And it's a deed that we pull through. I said, let's see how it can go. You're a lawyer now, come on, get on. I said, okay. He think, why? I've been here for these few years. I'm not in the show for it. The lady that wants to marry me, she's saying no, because all I keep telling her is I'm going to court, and most of the time she's the one that even obliged him transport fare to get to court. I'm coming back home, nothing to show for it. So why not just do this? I said, man, let me get on with it. And at the end, it backfires on him. And he said, oh, why did he do this? So let us look at the system. Let's look at the structure. Let's look at, are they well taken care of? And these are things that you look at. Don't just leave them and say, well, you grow in it over time. When you've done it for 10, 20 years, you become a master of yourself, and then you know you are practicing law. I don't think so.
And we also understand that clients don't like to pay.
Yes, they don't like to pay.
They don't like to pay well.
Well, I don't agree to that. I believe everything is what we are not. The profession don't say, well, your client should not pay you. It all depends on your relationship with your client. That's how I say it. Your clients pay. They say they don't pay well, they don't want to pay. I don't know what kind of relationship exists. When you're flying an aircraft, you're going to Lagos, you don't say you don't have money. You go there and you pay, you get your ticket, you fly. So if you don't have money for ticket, you know where to go to. So that's basically what I'm saying. Okay. So that clients are not paying, the lawyer himself, who is he? Has he been able to present himself before his client? And you have made your clients believe that what you are doing is so cheap. I don't know. I'm sorry, with all respect to our colleagues and loved ones in the profession. What I'm saying, I don't know when you say your client is not paying you.
We've often heard lawyers say so.
Yes, they say they are not paying.
That the client would rather go pay, go to the police station. Maybe you have a police station case, would rather go pay a huge sum to bail somebody than pay a lawyer.
Well, paying huge sum to bail, that shouldn't be a lawyer's business.
Bail is supposed to be free.
A lawyer is not a policeman. I don't think you should be. That's the arena of the police.
But when it comes to bail, a lawyer should be involved, don't you think so?
The bail applications you could prepare and all of that and get to the police station. The negotiable bail is free. It's still very free.
Okay, that would be a story.
Yeah, it's still very free.
Now let's look at the issue of judges. We've often heard people come out of the courtroom and say that judgment was a bad one. That was a bad judgment. That was a bad ruling. I'm sure that judge must have been compromised. And then the issue of corruption creeps in again. How do we tackle this?
Well, if you have a case with somebody in the opposite direction and he is being favored over you, you will not smile. I was in court a few days ago and the application for bail was brought before the honorable judge, and in her wisdom, she threw it away. And the counsel stood and said, my lord, we are not ungrateful.
Okay.
And she thought we are ungrateful. And she said, I didn't get that. She said, we are not. Oh, everybody laughed. Why will you say you are not grateful? What they are getting at is, he's not happy.
Okay.
But it's in the ethics that you must accept we are grateful, and all of that. But imagine,
as the court
pleases, okay, it's in the right order. But in his mind, we know what they are doing, they are playing. But this is it. You would not expect a judgment that has gone against you for for the counsel or whoever. The counsel should be cool anyway, but the man who really bear the brunt to say the man is biased. Look at how he handled the matter. But he's strictly sticking to it. Now, if you're saying there's corruption, yes, there's corruption everywhere in Nigeria. There's corruption. Rotimi Amechi the other day was talking and said, if a woman is sent to you and you do something with her before assisting her, you are corrupt. There is no financial involvement. You inflate her marks, you upgrade her so that she can make it 2-1, so that she can get a good job somewhere.
That's corruption.
That's corruption. And then I'm one boss in one government office, and somehow my nephew who didn't do too well in the interview, and I called them, oh, please, you're going to get him in. That's corruption. So corruption is everywhere.
It doesn't have to do with money.
It doesn't have to do with money or, he has gone somewhere. That's basically it. But the judiciary, why everyone will frown, like you have said, is the last hope of the common man. Now, how do we tackle corruption in the judiciary?
We'll do that after this break, how to tackle corruption in the judiciary. Okay. If you're just joining us, the program is Law and You on Independent Television, and we're looking at tackling corruption in the judiciary. The judiciary being the last hope of the common man, is a place where everybody runs to get some form of comfort or the other, to get justice. And so we must not lose hope in the judiciary. That is why we're doing this. There is a phone number on your screen. Please use it to send us a text message. And of course, our website address is there. Avail yourself the opportunity of using either to reach us on the program, Law and You. We'll take a very short break. When we come back, we will continue with the program.
The DPO comes in the morning and says, what are you doing at the police station? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? And you say, I was arrested. Why? Who arrested you? John arrested you. Call me John. Why did you arrest this man? If he cannot give an account to the DPO why he's arrested, the DPO asks you to go.
That put a gun at someone, he gets frightened. It is battery, even though no physical injury has been suffered.
Citizen of a country, you have all your fundamental rights intact.
And nobody, including the police, can subject you to extortion and inhuman treatment.
We're so glad to have you join us again on the program Law and You this beautiful Monday afternoon. And we're looking at tackling corruption in the judiciary. And I have with me Dr. Patrick Awo Osage, barrister at law. And of course, we are trying to do justice to how to tackle corruption in the judiciary so that the common man will still have confidence in running to the judiciary each time he or she feels shortchanged in whatever way. So, barrister, I'm happy you're still here.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, so we're looking at how to tackle corruption in the judiciary, especially these so-called unscrupulous, fraudulent, and corrupt persons occupying judicial offices in the country. How do we tackle this issue of corruption? How do we bring sanity back to the judiciary? How do we make the common man more confident than ever before in the judiciary?
Thank you very much.
So I just asked you 3 questions in one.
Yes. The common man, how to restore confidence back to the judiciary in their eyes, so to speak. Basically, like I've rightly said, and I believe that is it. The judiciary as an umbrella body is not corrupt, it's a structure. Now, some elements could be in which I know is not much. A handful. Now
You get a handful in Lagos, a handful in Benin, a handful in
Yes.
Uromi, a handful in Ubiaza. Will you still call that a handful?
Yes, I'm not talking Benin. I'm talking generally to put together. Now, this structure that have been, like I've said, first and foremost, the autonomy that have been agitated for, I think it should be. They should be on their own, and there should not be these alliances. I must give kudos to the judiciary despite all of this.
Mm-hmm.
You still have judgments, great ones come in and say what's happening out there. Now, they should be absolutely, I would say separated from the executive. I think that's where it comes. Pushing money around, going to visit and all of those things. Now, that's on the political sense, but on the neutral ground of somebody having some parcel of land, he said the lawyer didn't represent me well. Now, if a lawyer, you feel you have not been represented well, you could also speak to yet another lawyer, and you feel the case you lost in court, the man was negligent, and you could sue him also for negligence. So it's not as if he did that and he gets away with it. Now, a judge, for instance, that you say, well, he's corrupt. If he has given judgment, there are other judges in the country. In the state, for instance, state high court. If I'm in court 4, for instance, and I didn't get the right judgment, and I feel something went wrong, there are ways you go about it.
What are those ways? That's what we're
Yes, you have to get a lawyer. You could not get everything. Like, we don't tell you this is what you should do. You start fighting on the street. No, you go meet a lawyer and explain to him. And there are steps. If you can't get to a lawyer, you could go to the NDA.
Appeal the judgment.
Yes,
you petition the judge.
Yes, you could
petition the lawyer. Exactly what? Why are you being invasive?
No. What I'm trying to say is this, because I am not. Yes, we hear things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because clients could be funny too.
Okay.
They could be very, very funny. Now you talk about if you know what you are saying. In the first place, a judgment has been delivered by a judge. You said this judgment is faulted or somewhere. How did you know? And what are the reasons given? You are not a judge. You've not sought the opinion of yet another judge. There are ways, there are modalities to go about.
Is it by way of appeal or by way of petition?
If you want to petition, no, if you said it's given already, a judgment has been given, and the way you want to petition a judge, for instance, there are procedure.
You feel the judges,
they could be, called upon. Disciplinary measures could be measured on him, and, if it's true, if maybe they have notable proof that, he got some money from the other person, and you have proof, you can show that, then you do that. You have the bodies that are there to ensure.
Which body are we talking about here?
We are talking of the disciplinary body within the legal confines.
Okay.
We have that body. Why I said you may not just go there and say, look at this. You need a lawyer to help you hear you out. Oh, my cancer, look at what I got. And this is what that man did, and this is what he did. He is a lawyer that represented me in this case, for instance, and at the end, I'm not happy about it. And then he will help you look at it and say, okay, this is the right way to go about it. And then definitely you will be attended to. Now, for a judge, for instance, who you say this judgment had been faulted, and this one is gone astray, so to speak, you cannot just jump out there and say, well, talking on the streets, because you are the issue, you are not a judge. You don't know what happened. You need legal eyes to look at it. Say, look, something went wrong. If you have clear evidences against him, you can, okay, this is what I need to do. Get a lawyer's advice, and they will advise you. Not for so much, and then know what to do. So I don't want to believe that, oh, they are one and the same. That's the attitude. How will I meet a lawyer? They were laughing together in court. We will not be fighting. The fact that I smile with my, opposing counsel doesn't mean we are planning to scuttle your case. So that's the mindset, that if I'm defending you, or I should be an enemy to the other, we should fight. The other side. We shouldn't greet ourselves. That's not true. That's wrong. It's against the ethics. So, but in clear cases of criminal issues, what do we have? Enforcement agents are there. You do your petition, and then if you feel this man has done this, nobody's above the law. If there are clear court indications, that's why I said you need a lawyer so that you don't get yourself into trouble. Okay. I cannot wake up in one morning and say, well, that judge is corrupt. For crying out loud, you're getting yourself into trouble. If you have clear cases against him, you need a lawyer to advise you on how to go about it.
Time will not allow us answer the last question, which is, how do we get the common man to have confidence in the judiciary? Because time is not our friend, but I know that with what you've said, everybody out there should be able to deduce one or two things on how to, get more confidence back into the judiciary. Dr. Patrick Awosage, we thank you very much for being our guest today on the program Law and You. And this is all we're going to do today on Law and You. We thank you for being part of it. Have a great day.
In the world, of course.
There is a world out there, world of class and pizzazz. It is Canada World Event Center and Hotels. Everything you want at your beck and call. Choice beverages and spirits, tasty meals, snacks and pastries around the clock. We provide very comfortable and luxurious accommodation, fully air conditioned 24/7. Spice up your weekend with our live performance bands, Fridays to Sundays. Also available training session for upcoming artists and music producers. Canada World boasts of the most exquisite event center in Benin City. Spacious with state-of-the-art facilities and a large parking lot. Is a dream spot for your weddings, birthdays, seminars and other social events. Make that event stand out. Make it happen at Canada World Event Center and Hotels. Plot 45, Country Home Motel Road, off Sapele Road by Ajib Filling Station, Benin.
This is Deccan Supermarket and Mother Care Shop, the one-stop place for all your needs. Deccan Mother Care has years of experience and foresight when it comes to catering for your baby from birth. Our stock are manufactured by tried and tested names: Advent, Cousins, Johnson, Tommy Tippy, etc. Dear mom-to-be, step into Deccan Mother Care world and be satisfied. Prices are quite affordable. Because we are dedicated to the total you, Deccan Supermarket provides for your other needs, be it provision, cosmetics, kitchenwares, male and female dress accessories, drinks, frozen foods, dry goods and much more. Deccan is close to you at 22 Ugbo Village Road, Benin City. Phone 0803 3820475 or 0708 146 1115. At Deccan, you need it, we have it.
Whenever Princess starts, the neighbors do complain that her voice and the beat are too loud. Who is scared of the voices of tomorrow's superstars? You are special in your way. It's me, like no other. No one else can do it like you. Either me. I can play the drum. I can sing. I can dance. It's Either me. Here's to all amazing moms who identify and nurture the uniqueness in our kids. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Country people, now true was saying how people take dress enter occasion. Now they greet them. Ladies and gentlemen, you are highly welcome. Now for this reason, Nigerian textiles, they are showing expert, bring Lagos and Onitsha come Benin City with plenty different kinds of textile materials like High Target, Java, Treasure, Daviva, Ghana was, Cote d'Ivoire, Chamfa was, Nigerian was for small money. No wonder people they call now as my pocket rich. Even save Nigerian tests I go print name and picture for that your Ashoebi, for your marriage, church program, club meetings, birthday parties, burial ceremony, or any occasion you want do. They know they tell person no. Remember say fake textile materials full market oh. Follow who know original. Waka enter Nigerian textiles for number 1 upper market road, GBO building, back of Supreme Chemist, Eponede Junction, Benin City. You feel wire them for 080-3345-9580. Nigerian textiles, the Ashoebi expert, where people they call as my pocket rich Idedia. Now be the one where people feel trust for fine original textile materials.
Hey guys, it's time for yet another exciting and electrifying episode of your number one urban television magazine, Fusion Vibes, where we give you a front row sit into the world of everything entertainment. Yeah.
Damn, you said this one no be ghetto. Nobody damn you said that no ghetto.
When I find you one more, you'll be here. Yes, forever, wherever, however, the weather. Together, borrow some of your time.
We are back with more names and personalized messages on our bottles and cans. So now you can share a Coke and a feeling with family and friends.
First up, it's Thrilling Trends. They say music is food for the soul. Music has the capacity to influence your mood and can turn a hard day into an amazing one. So guys, hold your lady close because today Fusion Vibes presents to you the top 10 male vocalists in the Nigerian music industry whose musical dexterity and vocal prowess is top-notch and simply out of this world. Sure, some of them have the capacity to get you drooling, but please remember the watchword here is still vocalists. So check it out. Flavor. Pop and high-life music has been overtaken by a wanton show of energy and dance, but Flavor has stuck to his guns, selling himself as the entire package with the addition of his sonorous tenor to make the trio a perfect combination.
Ololufe, angel of my life.
Some of his music singles where he showed appreciable vocal prowess are Power to Win, Ololufe, Ada, Shake and Oyi. He has also delivered laudable vocals on collabos with Bracket, Inyanya, Tiwa Savage, Fino, Nato C and others.
Ife, you are the apple of my eyes. Ife, oh no. love you till I die.
Brymo, Afro soul singer Brymo is perhaps the reason why we love that Ice Prince song Oleku too much. Brymo has a discography of songs covering 4 critically successful albums: Brymo, Son of a Carpenter, Merchant, Dealers and Slave, and more recently his 2004 release Tabula Rasa, after running solo from former labels Chocolate City Group. Single Ara, as well as other notable releases include Good Morning, We All Need Something, Down, Femi, Dear Child, and Prick No Get Shoulder are all songs that highlight his distinguished voice with constant revelation of emotions and mostly sung in the Yoruba dialect. Banky W. Yes, Banky W may have switched music personas in very recent times, but he still commands with his usual sway every time he opens up his vocal power. Banky W. Pumped with the desire to make it and his velvety voice, Mr. R&B W hit the Nigerian shores after his sojourn abroad. His musical cover, Ebute Meta, to Rihanna's 2007 hit Umbrella became his official announcement to the industry. Banky has since then stayed blazing his trail with top-notch deliveries on songs like Strong Theme, Lagos Party, The Way, Good Lovin', Yes No, Jayo Remy, Mercy, and High Notes.
Tired of running around chasing you. I can never think of replacing you. Cause now you are defined, baby, make up your mind. Hey, would you be my lover?
No, sir. There was once a time when I Go Always Pray For You happened to be almost everybody's ringtone color tune. It was all thanks to the magic in Nosa Omoreje's musical and vocal artistry.
I go always pray for you.
That song particularly grew on everyone, and I dare say it had too much to do with the manner at which he executed voicing out the lyrics to the song. It was just simply unique. Nosa later signed on to Chocolate City Music and was featured on Brother off MI's latest studio album. His vernacular styled hook is still every listener's favorite.
I go always pray for you.
Dare, you know you have really big shoes to fill when your father is a renowned Nigerian entertainer with audiences all over the world. Dare hasn't failed in living up to these high expectations. Dare was second runner-up at South Africa's Project Fame series in 2007 and has since then ascended to newer reigns in his stardom. He can be credited for hugely successful singles like Escalade, Fuji, and the popular soul ballad Not the Girl. His most recent single, Pray For Me, features the Soweto Gospel Choir and is off his latest released studio album, Naked. Dare's musical policies and how he executes them continues to earn him recognition on a global scale. Inyanya, razzled and dazzled with show-stopping performances along his silky smooth tenor to clinching the first prize at the debut edition of Nigeria's highly revered music talent hunt, MTN Project Fame. After his debut release failed to reach commercial acclaim, he revamped his style, yet keeping the voice intact. It's too bad that we never appreciated the beauty of his music on singles like Inyanya and Love Truly, remember that? But he found ways to make up for this with other musical hits including Mr. Oreo, Away, Story Story, Applaudisse, and Gift. His vocal star power has him widely associated with other Nigerian acts, and a fine crop of African artists.
Baby, let's get matty. Make me solve mathematics. I know you like logistics. We go do
Kobams Asokwo. Kobams is one producer extraordinaire with his hands in practically everything music, even vocal sounds. Not only is he well honed in the act of constructing benign musical orchestrations, he belts out these melodies from his signature baritone as he strikes the black and white keys. Timi Dakolo, Omaomi, Bez, Banky W, Dare, Two-Face, Wajay, Stan Ike and Lamy are some of the industry's best acts that can attest to his unrivaled directorship in music. Although he may not be armed with a repertoire of records like majority of the aforementioned, it is still okay to say one bows in obeisance over sonorous numbers like Ordinary People and his gospel melody, I Worship. Praise Adejo can be likened to the John Legend of Africa. And it is obviously tied to the fact that he sounds a terrific lot like the multiple award-winning international artist. He entered into limelight from a revered music talent hunt where he placed second, showing off his utterly impressive and unequivocal skills to particular relish. No doubt he is quite famed for the R&B single Rich and Famous. He has also expended vocal efforts on other music material like MI's Epic, Bez's That Stupid Song, remember that? And a cover version of Rihanna's Stay, and more recently, Adele's Hello. He released his debut album late in 2014, which was a double disc showing his versatility in different genres of music, including Afropop and soukous. Timida Kolo. Interestingly, Timida Kolo also goes by the alias The Voice.
Pack my bags, I'm leaving town.
The soul and R&B singer possesses a firebrand tenor that has his heart and soul deeply sewn into it. Timmy has been influenced by a string of life experiences that has birthed stellar records like Let It Shine, Heaven Please, Great Nation, Yawomi, and Wish Me Well. Using vocal emotion, his rich, deep sounds transcend you past the musical orchestrations and into a virtual world that vividly encapsulates the message in his song, which are mostly conscious, often in real time and sometimes true life. He's definitely earned himself a spot on this list.
And goodbye, mama, please don't cry. Say I can stay.
And our latest entry into this list is no other than Black Diamond CEO Wande Coal. Right from his days with the now defunct Mohits crew, WC has always shown prospect as a vocalist and a knack especially for commercially styled R&B. He featured on the visuals for one of D'Banj's familiar singles, Why Me, all those years back, and later got his big break on the label's compilation debut with Ololufe, which was adjudged to be one of the greatest love songs ever written by a Nigerian. He's remained consistent with several on-point releases, and with an album released in 2015, it can safely be said that Wande Coal hits all the right notes.
My woman, everything. My woman, I go feed by you anything. My woman. When I find you one more, you'll be here. Yes, forever, whenever, however, the weather. Together, borrow some of your time. Yes, forever, whenever, however, the weather.
We are back with more names and personalized messages on our bottles and cans. So now you can share a Coke and a feeling with family and friends.
Have loads of manners.
See, I thank the Lord for the blessings
Joke and a passing name. Then all they use it, crocodile, they take they do play mates. You supposed to know yourself when you see passing when all straight. You have to read the signs before it is too late. Cause the many things you see so should make your eyes clear. The many things you see so should tell you things you need to hear. The many things you see so should make your eyes clear. The many things you see so should tell you things you need to hear.
It is better to look before you leave. If you body hear me, then no go die for horror film. You go see road red light, no day you go won't follow. Or you go like to do past waiting, you feel swallow. Don't get me wrong, I know the will of God is supreme. But even Jesus said, my parables it all go. You have to look before you leave. No answers for the weak. I know who they ask for, oh, I know they lost you supposed to know yourself when you see passing. When no stress, you have to read the signs before it is to their cause. The many things you see so should make your eyes clear. The many things you see so should tell you things you need to hear. The many things you see so should make your eyes clear. The many things you see so should tell you things you need to hear. America de capo due below. Enuke mauna ma etonye ye benyi. Dodo e anason la kemengba putolo. Cha sanson e la na ojanyi. Adolo na do pe o anu da pelo. E won tiano water do na mesiame. America de capo due below. Enuke mauna ma etonye benilo. The many things you see so should make your eyes clear. The many things you see so should tell you things you need. The many things you see so should make your eyes clear. The many things you see so should tell you things you need. Do pepe doni, do choco doni.
Sparkles. All right, welcome to Sparkles, where we let you know what's happening in terms of fashion, so you're never caught in an oops moment. Today on Sparkles, how to wear mixed print. Mixing print is another chic and daring trend which was brought to light by the evolution of fashion. If you're dying to throw a couple of colors together but feeling a little hesitant, newsflash, mixing print are so in right now. Today on Fusion Vibes, here is how to wear mixed print. The safe way.
So everybody get in the groove, make you buckle your shoes. I'm on me mood to bust some moves. Are you ready? Are you ready? If you know say you sure, get on the floor, do what you
get two different prints. If you want to wear two different prints, try to find prints with similar colors or at least colors that can tie them together.
Because Olúwa bless me, oh, fi mi lẹ̀ jẹ́ kí n jíjó.
Animal animal print and, guess what, animal print. To pull off this look without making a mess of it, choose prints that are complementary but not too matchy. Keep the jewelry and accessories simple. Pair the same prints in 2 different colors. Combining same prints with different colors is so cute. Stripes for stripes, florals for florals, etc., etc. Movie flicks. Okay, let's assume you have a date or you're simply just clueless on what to see or where to go. Here's an idea. Let's check out the top movies showing at the cinemas this season. It's lights, camera, action. American Crime Story, The People versus O.J. Simpson.
This is a fiasco. You're afraid there are going to be more riots.
This has got to stop. The series will be following the O.J. Simpson murder trial from the perspective of the lawyers. It will display how a combination of prosecution confidence, defense willingness, and the LAPD's history with the city's African-American community gave a jury what it needed: reasonable doubt.
Yeah, what have you got?
Got 2 victims in Brentwood.
Brentwood? Nobody gets killed in Brentwood.